There's a lot of money being thrown around here to have like all of the logistics of this, but that is maybe the coolest hypothetical we've ever come across. Yeah. We got to just put that into ATI as like a boiled down question, but
you got to buy the rights to this early.
Yeah, God. It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. Two of my biggest pet peeves are I always clip my fingernails and I always clean my ears. And forever, whoever is Q-Tip's number one enemy has been out there spreading propaganda that Q-Tips are bad for you and that you can injure yourself and puncture your eardrum. And I'm like, what kind of fucking idiot can't just clean their ear with a Q-tip and not puncture their eardrum? And my esteemed colleague John Feitelberg walks in today and says, I think I popped my eardrum.
I can't hear out of my right ear. Really? At all.
You really, like, it's like, is it like,
I keep doing like this and it's not working.
Is that what it feels like? Like your ear needs to pop and it won't?
Yeah.
So you can, it's like, it's not like it's just deaf, right?
No.
But it's like,
yeah.
You know, like.
And I'm like trying to stretch it out. I don't know if that's a thing.
And it's because you jammed a Q-tip just into your brain.
Yeah, I got a call. I was taking a shower this morning. My phone was ringing, and I jumped out of the shower because I've been expecting a call from Dave. And so I jumped out.
He has not returned any of my texts or calls for 2 days.
It was him. He told me he's gonna call me, so I'm just on guard at all times. Like, dude, I was like sitting at home last night. I got home at like 7 o'clock or something like that. Just like I was like, wouldn't hate smoking some weed right now. And I was like, I can't smoke weed. Dave might call. The fucking sat there until 10 p.m. Texted him. I was like, hey, just so you know. I texted him. I was like, hey, I'm not supposed to call you, right? I was like, all good if you're busy. Just making sure you're not expecting my call. Dave was sitting around waiting for my call.
And your response?
Yeah. Okay. He was. I think he just said like, sorry, it's late. Let's catch up tomorrow.
That's fucking. We are so pathetic. It'll never change. Once the dynamic like that is established for as many years as it has been, we're fucked.
But so I get out and I rushed out and I saw the phone and I was like, it's my dad. I was like, God damn it. And so I just put it on speakerphone.
And he's talking about some bullshit, some shit you've heard 1,000 times before.
I just put it on speakerphone and kept getting like ready and stuff like that. And I was looking to kill time because I didn't want to start getting dressed yet, but I'd done everything I need to do with my naked body.
Yo, that's a fucking weird way to put it. I've completed my naked body tasks.
I was dry. I put on face wash, face fucking moisturizer. I don't have a very long process. The phone call went on more than 30 seconds. I was about out, and I was kind of fumbling around the closet looking for stuff to do. And I was like, I guess I'll Q-tip. Right away, I just went like silent. And the thing that really sucks is that all week my mom had a bad ear infection. She popped an eardrum. She couldn't hear, and I was so frustrated with her.
Like what you like? Because she couldn't hear you.
Because she couldn't hear.
Huh?
And she was the one starting conversations.
Well,
so I was like, dude, we can just sit here in silence. I don't care. We don't need to talk. And she's like, it's kind of rude to get mad at somebody when they have a disability. I was like, well, you have 1 foot and you're asking us to play soccer, and you're fucking up every time I pass you the ball.
That's a fair point.
Let's just not play. Let's just not play soccer, Mom.
Yeah. Let's listen to music.
To the point where she went to the play with me. We went to go see I Need That, Danny DeVito. And she had to get headphones. Like you had that for really old people.
Yeah.
She had to get we were in the very front row.
I was like, Danny DeVito was like sitting on your lap, bro.
She had to get the headphones, had to return them afterwards.
Oh my
God. Just a line of the oldest people you've ever seen in your life.
By the way, that's
me and my mom.
Gross thought that they're all just fucking old people just sharing those headphones.
They fucking.
You trust that they do a good enough job doing that?
I think so.
I think there's probably ear wax and ear cheese all up in there. Look at this fucking idiot. So you were just talking and you just went, and you're
just jammed it right in, dude.
Do you not Q-tip your ears regularly?
Not regularly, no.
Do you have a lot of wax in your ears?
I was very worried about it the day We did lowering the bar, and I think Vibs like, you have the cleanest ears here.
You're just one of those,
and
that doesn't surprise me. Your body it's always been, it doesn't sweat, you don't grow hair, you don't have wax.
Yeah, he was like, you got nothing in here.
If I hadn't seen your balls before, I would just say you have a pussy.
Vibs saw from one ear just right through.
There's nothing in here.
You have the cleanest fucking ears and skull.
You don't realize about those things, and this is because, again, it's my OCD freak thing. Like, when you see those videos that Vibs did, and it looks like you're pulling out like a mountain of wax. It's zoomed in like 32 times.
Yeah. Right.
You zoom out, it's like it's like a little bit of wax. But people see those things and it's like, you're fucking disgusting. but here I am all these years thinking that it was just anti-Q-tip propaganda. People walking around with waxy, dirty ears because they're like, no, Q-tips are bad for you. And here Feitelberg is proving it out.
Yeah.
So now here's a dumb question I'm gonna ask. Mm-hmm. What are you gonna do about it, John?
Nothing. Honestly, I'm gonna go shoot guns.
I was gonna say. Actually, if there's ever a time to do it,
yeah.
Like you need headphones. No, I'm good.
No,
Trust me, brother. I don't. I'm good.
I put a hole in my head like a fucking gangster, dude.
I actually, that would be like a good series of content. We need like a quack doctor. We need a doctor who has been like disbarred, whatever that's called, for like, he did some like shady, he did like a BBL and he shouldn't have, or something like that. So like someone who's smart and knows medicine, but is no longer allowed to practice. And he can just like be here on call kind of and just like do things like this. Like when you fuck up your body, we have a doctor like diagnose it and tell you how bad it is.
Let's go to Philly and get one.
There's plenty of guys writing scripts, right?
Yeah,
right.
Dude. Like, there's probably a million pill farms in Philly where the doctor's got fucking license taken away.
I can't run my practice anymore.
I feel like half of Philadelphia is medical doctors, just none are allowed to practice anymore.
But like he could look and be like, oh yeah, you have a hernia, you have a torn this, you have a ruptured eardrum, you have your liver's shutting down, like.
That's a good idea,
right?
Let's get a down and out doctor.
People would love to also just like see how fucking bad it is.
Yeah.
like when you see like the injury chart for Ben Roethlisberger on ESPN, we'll do that for you. And you just stand there like this, and it's just all the lines pointing to all the different fucking problems you have, and we have it like medically diagnosed, and you can be like truly. Like officially, we can call you like the most unhealthy man. It would be a great. I'll do it too.
Yeah.
It'd be like, who's officially the most unhealthy? We say this, but you're not unhealthy. You're broken. You're very healthy, strong, like an ox, but you're a broken ox.
Yeah.
You have things that are broken inside of a.
I guess so.
I think you're kind of like a. When they say like a. A Ferrari with like a shitty engine in it. Is that kind of what you are? Like when they say like.
I guess, yeah. I guess that would probably make sense.
Like your body is good, but like some of the organs and the internal things are not great.
Yeah, I would say more like maybe like a '92 Mercedes.
I think you're like
it's
a
nothing
G-Wagon.
special.
That's what you are.
Yeah.
Like I think if somebody, this is crazy. I think John could take a bullet.
You'll find out.
I really think that John could get shot. As long as it's not like his head or like directly to a major organ. Like if John got shot in the leg.
I don't think I'd notice.
Yeah. Yeah, like
I'm kind of not kidding.
I'm definitely.
I don't think I'd notice right away. Which I think is, to be fair, I think that's pretty standard operating procedure.
But, okay, so whenever
shot.
whenever regular people would notice after the adrenaline and shock wears off, I think here's what would happen. Let's say, I don't know, crazy thought. You're somewhere in America and there's a mass shooting. Let's role play here, if you can use your imagination. You're somewhere in the Midwest in a mall. Like after the guy is fucking taken out and everything calms down, sort of. I think it would be like, Babs, you good, Jack? Like the team's live, everybody's good. Okay, oh my God, we're live. And I'd be like, John, you've been shot. Like you'd be like, yeah, we're good. Okay, we're good. And I'd be like, there's a bullet in you. You're bleeding. And you'd be like, oh, I got shot. I think that would happen. I'm really not even kidding.
I don't think you're exaggerating either. But like, I also think that's pretty common. I think.
Oh, brother, if I get shot, you know it. You're gonna know it. You're gonna know it, dude. What's that movie where like they, he's like, I've been hit, and they peel it back, and it's like it just grazed him. Whatever. That's me, bro. I would have like a little skinning of my knee, and I'd be, I've been shot. I think could have. You would be one of those guys. You ever see? I saw like a clip of it on TikTok the other day. I don't even know what it was. It was like a dermatology thing, and they just pulled a bullet out of him. That would be you, like 25 years. Like, what is this thing in my neck? Oh, it's a bullet from the Revolutionary War.
That's yeah. Well, like I wouldn't. That's what we would need the doctor from Philly around for, because I'd be like, we'll just stitch it up. We got to get the bullet out. I'm like, why?
Why?
What does it matter?
Oh my God! Like
I don't understand why we need to get bullets.
There's
out.
a chance.
Leave the bullet in.
There's a chance that we could like do that. Like right now, there's probably foreign objects in your body. Like, I can just see the doctor dropping them. Tink, tink, tink. I think. I think of your body as like rhinoceros skin, like rhino, like thick, like that. Like
the skin itself.
Yeah, like I know, like you have muscle and bones and all that shit, but like I feel like you couldn't. Like if I tried to stab you, I don't think I could get a knife into it. I feel like it's like made of like elephant skin.
You get a knife in. I've had people try before.
You haven't been stabbed yet.
I haven't been stabbed.
You haven't been punctured. That's what I mean. Has the knife ever hit your skin?
No.
The thing is driving me insane. And that's because
I want to be clear about something. I could for sure be stabbed. If you stab me, I'm gonna get stabbed.
Okay.
I feel like this is gonna turn into one of those like rigs golf cart things.
Yeah, like if anybody stabs Feitelberg, I'll give him $1,000.
If you stab me, I'm gonna die.
How about this? If I slash you, I'm not puncturing. If I slash you, I think you'd be all right.
I think I'd be as okay as anyone can be after they get slapped. I feel like I don't know where we're at right now. Like Kevin's like, I want to just mutilate you.
No, I just think you're.
I got a regular body.
No, you don't. That's my point. No, you don't. No, you don't. You do not. You do not. I don't think you do. I think there's something. I think you're different, bro. I think if X-Men was like a real thing, I think you'd be like a mutant. I think that's why we need the doctor.
Okay, well,
I think we need the doctor. I think if the doctor went inside and looked, and they'd be like, they'd like look at your DNA and shit, and they'd be like, he's one of them. There's just something.
He's one of them. He's got extra chromosomes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you're not retarded. They
let this guy drive.
So John's got a ruptured eardrum.
Yeah.
We're back for the new year. I was thinking about like I can't tell, and I need to make sure. I gotta have a conversation with the KFC Radio audience. If my microphone stops just running away from me the whole episode, I'm just gonna be doing this the whole fucking time.
Well, I'm gonna be doing this because this seems to open up my ear canal. So.
Okay, keep your head that way. You can lay down if you want. I was thinking like we've been in the game so long that like every podcast does like the best of, and then they recap the year, and then they do their resolutions, and it's just like, I don't know, we don't fucking do that anymore, But I also need to make sure that the chicken heads are still riding with us and still know that, we care. We just like, we're beyond that. You know what I mean? Like, I think the chicken heads as listeners are beyond that too, Like the KFC Radio diehards, like we don't need to do all that shit. We've been here forever. We're veterans.
I would agree with that.
I just hope everybody knows that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a lack of effort. It's like that's for the new kids. That's for.
What do you mean? Like just do like listing our resolutions?
Doing the resolutions, doing the best of. What were your best moments of the year? Everybody goes around and like we recap what we did at KFC Radio and all those things. It's just like
Yeah, I didn't even consider doing that.
And if you follow other podcasts, they all do that. Because it's like a thing that you do, and it's kind of easy. I think it's like cheap, fill the holidays or whatever. It's kind of just like
no one listens. I mean, we've done best ofs. No one listens.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like so just know. But sometimes I worry that it's like you've been around so long, and it's like you gotta make sure like when those arguments, those just classic answer the internet arguments pop off. And if our answer every time is like, we've already done that, well, you know what I mean? That's not very good.
I don't know what you mean right now. What?
When inevitably we've seen, the white versus black football thing comes up, gorillas versus snakes in a mall. Like, we've done all those questions. And a lot of times I'm inclined to be like, we've already done that. But we should do it because the audience likes it and there's new listeners and it's going viral. And
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because we've been around for so long, I'm sometimes inclined to be like, go listen to that episode, or my audience already heard that, or whatever. And it's like, but if you do that, all of a sudden you're not doing a podcast anymore. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I just think we have to remember that, or I'm just talking to the fans now, being like as long as we're all on the same page. You know what I mean?
We're in the same chapter.
Do you guys get what I'm saying? He's struggling with this.
I get you. I understand what you're saying, that you guys have been in the game long enough where it's like, also, but like what I was thinking is like, do your opinions change from 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Because I feel like
right.
maybe because I'm younger, but everything I thought 5 years ago, I
totally
think
different
now.
Yes.
But maybe you guys.
Yeah, some of them are so ridiculous that it's like, yeah, maybe I thought a snake would kill me, and now I think a gorilla would kill me.
Yeah.
Real issues, I've almost exclusively changed my opinion.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what we should do, is almost like a callback or whatever we want to call it. But I just want it to be known that it's like I just want everyone to still be loyal to the show and know that we care about the show. We do it, and even if we don't do some of the things that all the new podcasts do or every other show does or whatever, because we've been here so long, that it's not out of a lack of trying or caring. It's just like, we know that nobody listens to best ofs. We know that those things don't work. Or we don't need to do those.
Can I ask where all this is coming from? Did something happen?
Yeah. I mean, I just want to make sure. I was looking around, being like, oh, we didn't do any of that stuff this year, and I'm seeing everybody's show doing it. And I don't know.
I think it was crazy this year. I've never, like last year, the past 3 years, it's never been like
okay,
that.
Yeah, because I know. I mean, every show.
Yeah.
I still can do one if we want.
Nah. I don't want to do it. I would love a world where, and I hope that KFC Radio listeners don't care about that stuff. But I mean, every podcast I listen to is doing that.
Like a best
videos and countdowns, and they like the last podcast they talked about.
We probably should have had like a clip.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm glad you guys enjoyed your vacation.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. At this point, this show is just real life. It's like, I don't know, we're just here, we're talking, we're on vacation, we're back. Let's go. John's got a ruptured eardrum. Hit the ground running. Let's keep 2024 like 2023 was, broken and stupid. That's how we do things around here. Jackie did, though. I love what Jackie's been doing. Jackie's been sending good content for us to go through, which is what I've always loved. Is everybody just sending articles and videos and emails and questions, so we can run through those. What do you got today? Do you have some things?
I got a few things.
Okay. What do you want to do first? Do we have an interview?
Yeah, Che Durena.
Che Durena is today.
Do we still have his jacket here? Did he come?
Che Durena came through and left like a pretty nice leather jacket.
It looks
right?
like a vintage leather coat, if I had to guess.
I don't know if we ever.
I don't think he ever even inquired.
But I also don't know if we ever even contacted him and said like, "Hey, we got your jacket."
No, but that's
probably on him though, right?
I think that's on the lever of the jacket.
But he might just be.
I mean, look, to be fair, we probably should have said something, seeing as we were like, that's Che Durena's jacket. But like, as I'm saying it all out loud, it's a 50-50 split.
Like, that guy's probably like, fuck, did I leave it at the bar, at the restaurant, at this place, at that place? And we probably should have been on his list and we should have checked, but he never did. But we definitively know we have his jacket and we have not tried.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while.
I gave it to Jordan, so it's in Jordan's hands now.
Oh, okay, so he probably got it back. She probably took care of it.
As long as it's off our hands.
Yeah.
So we got Che Durena. We got, we'll get into John's thoughts, but we'll run through Jackie's list.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Give it to us, Jack.
No, I got him here.
No.
Oh.
It's just like what I
Okay.
said.
Good question. Would you rather date someone out of your league or below your league?
Out of my league.
You think?
Like, so every guy answers that. I would rather date someone like 2 below my league than someone above my league.
Yeah, well,
Girls
I
will
mean,
always answer below.
Girls
Guys will always
are
answer
that's
above.
I understand.
So you're like, I'd rather date like a kind of ugly,
Yeah.
like bum.
It's not worth like the
What? Like the happiness and the money and the having sex with a good-looking person and stuff?
like it would absolutely tear me apart every single day.
Jesus
And it's
Christ.
not
what would
worth
that
it.
They're better than you?
Yeah.
See,
so
I'm the
I would
opposite,
just
where
be
it
like-
would tear me apart that I'm better than you. I'd be like, how the fuck are you worse than me?
I can understand you got to define what is out of your league mean. Like, if you're dating someone who is like ultra wealthy and runs in circles and goes to events that like you don't even know how to behave, you don't know the food, you don't know what they're talking about, you don't have clothes to dress, you can't enjoy yourself. If you're talking about someone who's like so good looking that every time you go out, the world is like, oh my God, he's dating her or she's dating him. Like that kind of stuff, I can absolutely see weighs on you, and you probably. What's best relationships, I think, are like people in that, in the same tax bracket, if you will. Whether it's literally with money or also like figuratively speaking with looks and personality and behavior and all that sort of shit. But if I'm pressed to pick one, I'm going to roll the dice with like the person who's awesome rather than just being like, I'm carrying this slob with me. I think you got some. I'll be honest, if all you girls are answering that you'd rather date someone below you, I think y'all are fucked up.
I think it's kind of one of those things where like in a, and I'm just going off what I hear here. Like, I feel like women often don't feel like they're in power. In the like when you're like I don't mean in the workplace or anything like that. I mean just like in day-to-day life, you're like, well, I'm vulnerable right now. Like someone could attack me. Someone like I'm not in complete control of my situation.
You're like, I'm an open hole, and like
What'd you say?
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, like, that's like I feel like why women are like.
No, but I didn't hear what you said.
She said, I'm an open hole.
No, that's like a.
No, I did hear you.
I thought it was on account of the eardrum.
No,
but
sorry,
no.
that's a graphic way to put it. But like when you walk around, you're kind of like, damn, like I'm just an open hole right now. Do you know what I mean?
I definitely don't.
I was gonna say,
That's more on like being attacked.
Yeah.
That's more on being attacked.
We're talking about the rape, right?
No, we're talking about the rape.
So I mean that's what I mean when I'm saying that. Like you're not.
That's a good way to put it.
And so you would think I would like control. I'd like to be in power.
Yeah.
If I had my druthers, I'd like to be the one who's
In
got
power.
the fucking one up, the leg up on everybody.
The hand,
Agreed.
the hand in the relationship. Yes.
As people who, in your stereotypical sense.
I don't know though, but still, like for me, I know that's probably the general world. My entire family and entire existence is very matriarch. Like the women run the show in my family almost exclusively.
Yeah.
I think that may be an Irish thing. I don't know if that's a thing, but like to me, when I hear about like, it's like whatever the women say, the men are like, okay. So I'm like, my existence is very much the opposite, where chicks are the ones in control.
Yeah.
And
but I'm talking about like publicly. Yes, in my home.
Yeah, but I'm 100%. Saying, even like my mom runs around like picking fights with the grocery store people. Like that. She doesn't give a fuck. I don't think she's a hole. I think she's filling the hole.
I also like hate to say this, but I've saw something that I kind of think is true, and it's like the healthiest relationships are when the guy loves the girl more than the girl loves the guy. Like a little bit more than the girl loves the guy.
So fucked up.
I know.
It's so fucked up.
It's so fucked up.
Do you know? It is so fucked up.
I don't know.
That's just so fucked up.
It is, but it's
just how it goes for guys. It's just like, you don't get to be loved.
No, but I would say because it's the opposite. I think 90% of relationships, the girl loves the guy more.
I go back.
Actually,
and forth
no.
I don't think. I go back and forth. I think there's also a difference between like.
I'm going
love.
off my own relationship.
I think there's a difference.
I'm taking I'm taking what's happening inside my own head and projecting it as a complete worldview.
Yeah, this is what we call projecting, folks. I think there's a. Again, all these conversations are always very broad, stereotypical, and generalizing. But I think women want like relationships and want a husband and want a man, and so they but that's not like love.
Wait, so you actually? I'm thinking about it now more. You think or most relationships are the guy likes the girl more?
Well, okay, there's a lot where
I wouldn't say that. I think I'm kind of right. Not 90%, obviously, but I think
that there definitely can be like in our successful relationships where like the girl loves the guy more, or like it's. But I kind of feel like I've noticed.
Now we're on the same page here, because most relationships are not successful.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, exactly.
So therefore, most relationships, the girl likes the guy more.
And I feel like in a lot of, but I feel like a lot of healthy relationships I've seen, the guy loves the girl a little bit more.
Well, but most relationships aren't healthy. I'm going on all relationships, not just healthy.
If I look at all my friends are in like really, I have almost all my friends are in really, really good marriages, and I absolutely think they're all 50-50. I'm running through it in my head, and I can't tell you which one I think loves the other one more.
Oh, I can tell you. It's my friends is all the guys like the girl more.
I also think that a lot of times it starts out like the guy. Again, I don't know. This is
true. I know what you're about to say. I totally agree with this.
Yeah. So is the 100% 0% thing? Like,
well, go ahead.
Okay, the guy like I think like the Giggly Squad girl said this, where it's like a lot of guys start out the Hannah Burner and.
Oh, I thought that's what you just called your friends.
No. Oh my God, no.
You know, me and the Giggly Squad. Me and the Giggly Girls.
No. Where it's like, okay, so guys like a girl from 0 to 100. Like the girl has to prove themselves. Where a girl likes a guy from 100. I'm not explaining this well, but
I thought you were going to say. I think that it starts out that guys chase girls.
Yeah.
And they like.
No, I think
like
it starts
them and
out
want to fuck them and are like enamored with them and all that shit, and then like the relationship starts and the girls kind of like once the relationship is kind of established,
the guy has the power. I kind of feel like, and then it flip flops.
I think I was gonna say the opposite.
No, because then I think it flip flops around.
Yeah.
Where the guy has the power, and then the girl all of a sudden like is like. Romanticizes them all at the start of the relationship. Is like, oh my God, he's amazing, we're gonna get married, we're gonna blah blah blah, and then you start to see like, okay, well he doesn't do this and he doesn't do this.
Yeah, that's I think a lot of people, both sides, put on a show, and then when you like live together and you start to be your real self and you get messy and lazy and all that shit, it's like, oh wait a minute, I think that goes for both sides.
Yeah,
I don't put on a show. I'm pretty.
Yeah, you're great about it.
I'm pretty
so
good at, and this isn't like the new thing.
A show. It's like I'm different. When I first meet somebody, I'm different to them. Whether it's a sexual thing, or a friendship thing, a professional thing. Like once you become comfortable with someone, you are a little bit different than when you first met them. And then once you live with, it's like I could be when I'm dating someone and I come to your apartment, I like act a certain way. I'll clean up. I do everything. And if I'm in my space, it's like, yeah, man. When I walk through the door, I drop my jacket on the fucking floor. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I always stay. Like I'll always like clean up when someone's coming over, but that doesn't matter what sex you are. But I'm pretty good at just like. It's actually like sometimes I get annoyed in therapy where I'm like, I fucking don't. Yeah. Like I feel like a lot of people like go to therapy to figure out why they do the things they do, or like I'm like, I know why I do it. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm pretty good at saying even keel because I know how volatile. So I'm just like, whoop, don't go that hard. Oh, don't go that hard. Oh, don't go that hard. And
there's some ups and downs, but you never go like crazy.
I'm at very best like that. Which I wish I was different. Yeah. I don't like being this way, but at very best is like an occasional heartbeat. My
there's an occasional heartbeat.
Brain function is like boop. The very last boop. Heartbeats of someone the plug has been pulled and we're just waiting. That's like the occasional
when there's
bump,
enough of a pause where you go, is it gonna beep again? Oh, okay. There
Damn, he's still going, huh? But like when like a relationship starts, I think that's when I will typically I guess I would get the power. I think that's what you're saying, Jackie. We're like,
yeah,
because I'm just good at chicken. where I'm just like, I'm not
gonna blink. Like
I don't want to do that. And
Right.
so I'm
Yeah, you're incredible at it. There's nobody better than you, and there's nobody worse at it than me. Where like, that's why I got myself in trouble. Where it was like I was just constantly capitulating and doing and happy wife, happy life, and eventually you don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
But you have like 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, 5 years, 2 years of that happening, where all of a sudden it's like, well, that's, I don't know, that's what she expects that, or that's what the relationship is, and that's why it's almost too late once that's happened. But I think I'm flip-flapping back and forth all over, because I think at this point in my life I've at least seen it all ways. So I don't know if this is one where you can really call it, because I think I've seen where women are obsessed with men because they want a husband. I've seen men obsessed with women because they want to fuck them. I've seen people want to get married because they want money. I've seen people want to get married because they want love. I've seen each sex do each way, and then I've seen times where it started out she was in power, and then like he lost interest and she didn't have power, and vice versa. I think it all does kind of come out in the wash. I'm sure it skews one way or another a little bit, but I think a lot of these things do end up being, you can pick examples of men and women on each side of it.
I also want to preface, I'm like completely biased, because I feel like whenever I've been more into the guy, it's been like just because I also think that girls tend to overthink more, and so so it's like that's kind of why a girl, like, it's hell for a girl to get with a guy who's out of her league, because whereas
but
a
this
guy
is where it's so
can sustain that
crazy,
a lot
because
longer.
girls will sit around being like 6 feet 6 inches 6 figures, and then you get all that and you're like, he's too good for me.
Yeah.
What the fuck is it? Which is it?
I mean, I'm probably biased. I don't know.
But also, like, if someone like you is freaking out about guys, like, I don't know, Jack, there's not many guys out of your league.
Oh my god, that's so sweet. Thank you. That's not
At least that you're running in circles with.
Well, actually, I was
Like, if you're out at a bar, you're on the dating apps, you're in a regular life, you are going to be the person higher.
If he's like, but like, if he's like a socialite, like money wise, like everything, it's just like you gotta like grow up in that scene. You gotta like be.
You're talking about Jacob Elordi and so.
Jacob, exactly.
10 out of 10, by the way.
We can all
10 out of 10.
We can all talk about that now, though. We're in agreement that the fingering scene got everybody going. The bathtub scene did not.
Oh no.
Okay,
No.
right?
No.
That was like trying to be edgy, and it wasn't.
I
didn't-
hated that scene.
Yeah.
I thought that was so stupid.
I didn't hate it. It didn't get me horny by any means. Dude, that's one of those things. The fingering one that you're just sitting there like. That just unlocked something I wasn't interested in unlocking.
I was waiting to see what it was. I was because I heard about the bathtub scene. I was like, hope he's not talking about the bathtub.
I thought, to me, there's the three scenes. There's the bathtub scene, the grave scene, and the fingering scene. I hate the bathtub and the grave scene.
Oh, the grave scene, I love it.
I think the grave scene is so stupid.
Dude, I was
so ridiculous.
I was laughing out loud in the theater.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was like from an entertainment point of view, I was like, holy shit, he's gonna fuck the grave. But I don't know. For the way that movie ended, I thought that scene actually doesn't make that much sense. But whatever, we're getting.
Oh, it did. It doesn't really make sense, but it's just like,
yeah,
this is fucking wow. This is dope.
But the fingering scene is a scene where I look at that and I'm like, yeah, wow, that got me going. And I'm like, boy, I wish I had the courage to do that one day. But I don't think I do.
I saw that. I don't think
I'm gonna. I also think that is one thing that I think that is something I want to watch. I think if you were to actually do that, and you feel that and smell that and all that, that is good in theory. And I really, genuinely tip my cap to the people who can do that and do that, because I do know, I feel like every girl, would love that and they want it, and it's, if everyone could just agree that it's okay, I think it would be, everyone would love it. But I don't know. If I was like, okay, I'm going to do it, as soon as I got in there, I'd be like, I don't want to do this. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
I have not seen this movie yet. So
Oh,
spoiler
man.
alert.
I mean, it's just this chick getting blasted while she's on her period.
And then I think more
puts
so
it in
than
her
that,
mouth. He
put
rubs it on
in
her face and her mouth, or licking it.
But Jackie, it's in like a misty courtyard. It's
quite the cinematography.
It's fucking. I think everyone I've spoken to was like the whole. I feel like I almost wanted to announce the whole theater, like,
We're all horned up, right?
We all wish we kept this door closed, right? Like, we're all fucking.
God damn it! Add it to the list.
We've all been red pilled now.
Yeah.
Like son of a bitch.
Can't go back. Yeah, like everyone's life is like BC and AD. It's like before you saw the fingering with the period and after. You know what it is? That is the definition of erotica.
Yeah.
However they shot that and filmed that, like this is erotic, dude.
But something I was gonna ask before we got a little Saltburn tangent. By the way, kind of like Saltburn, Poor Things. No, it's not kind of like it in any sense other than like it's a little different. Poor Things, unbelievable.
What's that?
The new Emma Stone movie. It's awesome. Awesome. I'm gonna go see it again this weekend. But has anyone here dated someone either out of or below their league? Like where you were like, I know. Because I would say, and this is something I'm learning about myself as I'm saying it, I would say I've never done either. But then in kind of a paradox, I've dated, I've been very lucky to date really beautiful, smart, funny women. Mm-hmm. And that would, me never thinking I was dating someone out of my league would argue that I think highly of myself.
Yourself, yeah.
Which is not true.
No, you're not. Yeah.
But
that is a paradox. The fact that you can say that inherently means deep down you actually think highly of yourself.
I guess it's one of those things where like once you get to play, like if the NHL called me up, I'd be like, I don't belong here, but I'm in the league.
We say this a lot though. If you make fun of something about yourself, deep down you actually don't really think that about yourself. I think your true insecurities you don't bring up. So the fact
I talk about my hands a lot, bro.
All right, but you're true, you're true.
I promise you, dude, I got a real issue with my hands.
Yeah, those sausage fingers, bro. They're just all the same, height, right? They're all just. That's different, though. Your internal insecurities. I feel like if you joke about it to the world, you are okay with it. I do think there is, an issue there, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
We joke around about having a small dick or never having sex or being this or being that. It's like we joke about that because we know it's not really true. Maybe it's somewhat true, but we're doing okay in those departments, whatever it is we're making fun of. So, in that regard, making fun of how much you hate yourself and being open about it, I think you actually somewhere kind of like yourself.
Well, no.
But we just kind of proved it. It's like that you date pretty girls, successful girls, intriguing girls, all that shit. They don't do that with bums.
Yeah, they do. We just learned it. It's literally what they choose. It's like, that's
chooses.
Exactly what we just learned. That's exactly what they do.
It's what Jackie chooses. And again, this is why Jackie and Feitelberg will forever be connected at the hip. I don't think, I think most girls, I think there's also a difference between dating and, most girls are absolutely chasing guys who are rich and hot. So, right?
Yeah, I could
now
be
settling
in
into a relationship might be different.
Yeah.
Where it's I want a pudgy, whatever regular guy that I can control the relationship and domineer him. Maybe that's a thing too. But girls are not running around New York City and dating apps looking for, bums.
Kind
of.
No, girls are no, I will not look at you if you're not 6 feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's, what they're chasing is someone out of their league. And then maybe it's what you said, maybe most relationships are not successful because it's okay, you got the hot, tall guy who makes money and it turns out he's a fucking asshole. And you got the hot girl who, was dressing hot and wanted to fuck you and it turned out she was vapid and empty. Whatever, however that ends up, maybe that's why relationships don't work and people should just find somebody who they are compatible with. But I think that there's a difference between I think this is more of a boom, you're in a relationship all of a sudden with someone in or out of your league versus it started out I was chasing you and then things flip-flopped. Because if I just say all of a sudden, boom, you're out, you are, this person is way above you, you're going to think all right, that would kind of suck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you're courting someone, you're not going to be wait a minute, maybe a day will come where I'll be uncomfortable on his yacht because I'm not good enough for him or whatever. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But maybe Maybe Jackie's theory is exactly what's happened to you every time. Some girl was like, I need a guy beneath me.
Yeah.
She dated Feitelberg for a year. Yo, you should go on Hinge and shit and make that your dating profile. That would be a great experiment. Maybe like Tommy will do it. Be like, you are out of my league. Like, come date me. And I bet you we would see that shit light up. Like, you are out of my league. I will like worship the ground you walk on. Bing, 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 bing.
That would for sure grab my attention.
Crazy. It's a new year, so it's time for a new resolution. But the thing about resolutions, you got to pick one that is like attainable. You don't want to be like, I'm going to starve myself and not eat any of the food I like, but I am going to eat better. I am going to stop ordering out, and I'm going to learn to cook. Bam. You can do all three of those with HelloFresh. Make yourself a new resolution to sign up with HelloFresh, where they deliver you all the food, all the ingredients. They are all fresh. They are all prepackaged, and they are all more affordable than anything at the grocery store or when you order delivery. So you get a box delivered to you with the ingredients, with the recipes. You don't have to know how to cook. You're not going to eat crappy takeout, and you're not going to break the bank. And in the end, you'll know how to cook some of your favorite meals. You'll learn how to cook with the spices and the ingredients and the this and the that. And it can be a new part of your life that HelloFresh can drastically change. If you eat your meals right, not only are you feeling better, looking better, but you just feel better about yourself. You accomplish something. The only thing you got to do is clean some pots and pans, but that's well worth it when you look at your credit card statement and when you look at the number on the scale and all that stuff. And HelloFresh can make that resolution come true easy peasy by going to HelloFresh.com/KFC free and use code KFC free, and you'll get free breakfast meals for life. That means one breakfast item per box forever for free while your subscription is active. So all you got to do is pay for lunch and dinner, and they will take care of meal number one for the rest of your life when you go to HelloFresh.com/KFC free and use code KFC free. So eat breakfast free for your life. Get your New Year's resolution done. Learn how to cook. Save money. Eat fresh. All at HelloFresh.com/KFC free. Promo code KFC free. Okay, Jackie's next question, or next contribution, if you will, was another good one. I only saw the headline of this one, so let's watch this.
Literally have the most insane family in the entire world, okay? We literally have a tradition called the year without, where the day after you get engaged, you have to go no contact with your fiance for 365 days. A full fucking year. And I'm gonna have to do that, probably in the next year. And I know you're probably thinking, like, girl, don't do that. But it makes a lot of sense, so let me explain. My great-grandfather was a very, 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 very wealthy man, and he had 8 children, and his first daughter was named Amelia, and she married this man after only dating him for about 3 months, and he ended up stealing all of her money. Like, my great-grandfather had given her about $25 million in today's money, and he just took all of it and then divorced her. And so my great-grandfather was like, okay, we have to make sure that doesn't happen again. So he set up this system where there are trust funds for all of his children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. But in order to unlock them, you have to meet the criteria that he set up. And one of those criteria is the year without, where you have to spend 365 days without your fiance to make sure that you have enough perspective on the world and perspective on that person to make sure you're really making the correct decision. So some people in my family have chosen to forego the year without if they just thought it was going to be too taxing on their relationship. But the amount of money on the line is life-changing. I don't want to go into the details, but it will change the course of your life. So my parents decided not to do the year without because they thought it was going to be too much of a burden, but they ended up not getting the money. Meanwhile, my mom's brother and sister did do the year without, and they just are in a completely different tax bracket. Like, my cousins had a completely different life growing up. So when I was discussing with my current boyfriend, like, are we going to do this or not?
I'm just going to pause for a second to talk about a couple things. These people know you can just lie, right?
No.
She goes on to
yeah.
Like, are we gonna do this or not? We kind of realized, like, we can be completely financially independent and just pursue our dreams for the rest of our lives, like, quit our jobs that we hate. Like, how could we say no to that substantial of a gift? I'm gonna answer all the FAQs. Don't worry, I've got you guys. Number 1, do people cheat on each other? Some people do, some people don't. I mean, it depends how you interpret the year without. Like, if it's truly about considering all your options, then some people would think you should date other people to make sure your original person is the right one. I don't believe in that at all. I'm definitely not going to be cheating on my fiance. My boyfriend also says he will not be cheating on me, but if he did, I would understand because it's kind of in the spirit of the challenge. But I don't want to know about it. How would they even know if we were no contact? So as per the terms of the trust, there's actually a private investigative firm that's not affiliated with our family that has to be monitoring us at all times during that year. So they'll have our locations, and they'll also do random drop-in visits to make sure, like, for instance, my fiance didn't leave his phone at home and come over. And my fiance and I, well, boyfriend but soon to be fiance, we are actually going to be really careful about it because people have gotten disqualified for, like, being at the same store at the same time. So I'm literally
you
moving
can't
to New
see
York
the
City for the
person?
entire year to make sure nothing like that happens. And last question,
I thought
what
this was about sex.
if you don't get married? This is a huge issue in my family. People have left the family over this. But if you choose not to get married, there's no way for you to inherit the trust. And we have gone through those legal battles, so we know.
This is the most fascinating thing I've ever heard. I just saw the headline, and I thought it was going to be like a no sex challenge with your couple. A year without. You have no sex, and then the couples who are together are happy, and then blah, blah, blah. This should be a movie.
Yeah.
This is fucking fascinating.
I almost think it's like fake because it's
Yeah, I was going to say, have you ever heard of this? I've never heard of anything like this.
I think it's a one-time thing. It's
Yeah. This is fucking fascinating. Whether real, not, an exercise, this blows my mind. First of all, this dude must be rich.
Like
Rich.
Your great-great-grandchildren are getting $25 million.
Like, rich. You gotta be like Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Rich. So, we'll put a little asterisk on it. Like, maybe this is fake, maybe it's not. I don't know, whatever.
I don't think it's fake. I think.
I mean,
Yeah,
she said there's 40 plus couples in the family in the 40 couples are getting $25 million.
Well, 25 was what the daughter got.
Yeah, it's probably.
It could be
but
less.
she did say, like, life-changing. You can do whatever you
Yeah.
want. Like, that's not like $2 million anymore.
Right.
For a couple to, like, live their dream life is, like, probably $25 million.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But
and I think a lot have turned it down, so it's probably like going into
Which is insane. That right there is insane.
Dude.
yeah, agreed.
Okay, so year without means you cannot even be around each other.
Right.
I think that is, on the grandfather's part, a bit. I thought it was going to be something like sex, where it's like, make sure you really love this person for all the right reasons. I think, like, banning yourself from someone for a year is really not the most healthy way to go about proving you love them.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
probably not.
So, like, I get what he's trying to do, but this is a bit extreme and probably does not need to be the way to do it. But whatever. His money, his rules. I love it. Let's go. I think, like, if you are, again, this probably goes back to gender roles and shit, too. I feel like a lot of guys would be like, let's at least try it. Where, guys are like, I don't know, I'll see you next week. I'll see you in a month. Who cares?
I feel, it's to your point. Like, I think you would be absolutely insane to not at least
try.
And if, like, we're gonna try to get the money, right?
And if you're 11 months in, 9 months in, no, actually, because at that point if you're like 6 months in, and you are like, my life is broken without this person, I don't know. Then you make your decision.
It was no contact too.
You
Yeah.
cannot be in. Yeah.
You can't even, like, they're dead.
Do you know, Jack? You like to, like, text them?
No, they like tap the phones, so they can't.
Yeah, she definitely said no contact.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know what? I mean, there's probably a bunch of people in some of these relationships who are like, yes.
Yeah.
And then what? But I'm assuming if you get divorced, that you lose the money. You have to stay together forever.
Probably.
Because, like, if you do that and you realize, like, hey, it's been 8 months, I'm okay without this person. We both realized it. We're fucking other people. We have another girlfriend, boyfriend, but let's just get married and get the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like, I feel like 100% they have to be like, well, we're both okay. Because, like, who the fuck isn't okay?
Well,
Like,
okay.
You're a fucking psychopath if you're not okay with another person.
I don't know, man. I mean, I think there are people who, if you're probably, like, really in love, you're probably, like, not like, yeah,
I think
I guess,
one
like,
thing-
okay, defining okay, where it's like, if you're like, I'm not enjoying my life without this person.
You don't know until something happens, but, like, there's no one in my life who, like, if they disappeared tomorrow, I'd survive. Like,
Yeah, I mean, listen, people
I love
die
my
and
fucking
shit, like-
parents. Like, if my parents died tomorrow,
It's a
I'll be
much,
okay
but
on
it's
Saturday.
it is a
not
much,
okay, but yeah, I'll be okay. I'll be alive.
John, it's a much different proposition when you're choosing to get rid of them, though. Like, yeah, listen, if all of you died tomorrow, I would be devastated, but, like, life goes on.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Versus, like, if someone was like, I'll give you a bunch of money, or you cut and you have to cut John out of your life, that would be a decision. I wouldn't just be like, fuck it.
Yeah, the decision would be you're fucking doing math about how much money the show's gonna make, or how much money you're gonna get right there.
I don't know. I actually, I think I might mean this. Like, this would probably be harder for me in non-romantic relationships than romantic relationships.
Really?
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Certain ones.
Oh,
certain ones I've been in. Like,
yeah, no,
like I would probably have a
I
harder
would
time
agree
giving
with
up
that.
you than some of the people I've dated.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So,
yeah, I
you
would.
know,
I would
family
completely
members and
agree
shit
with
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I completely agree with that.
Yeah, like that. You know, so because when you think about, I mean, relationships are kind of like, you know, you meet someone. It's sometimes they're like, you know, you see stars and fucking fireworks and it's amazing, and other times it's like, yeah, I don't know, this person like works for me and we're attracted to each other and makes life better. But
This
you're
goes
talking
to my boop. Like, there's no one I'm like, I can't live without. That's insane.
if you think about life in if you're talking about like a very utilitarian, philosophical way of like, I am trying to make my life better every day, right? I'm trying to get a job so I can have more money, so I can do things that I enjoy, try to like work out so I feel better. I try to meet someone that I love to enhance my life. And then if on the other side is like money that makes your life better, I guess in this case it's kind of both.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, you got to try. You got to try.
Yeah.
I think what's really the interesting thing is that they allow the cheating because, like, I mean, it just feels like there's some loopholes here. Like, I feel like you could go a year without, and like you said, like, you know, I'm sure some people believe in like soulmates, but it's like there's no one person, so it's like, I don't know. I love you, but like, let's fulfill our needs over here and then get back together with $25 million.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You
feel
know?
like it makes it all a very business transaction.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is cool.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it, you know, it is cheating, but she said it's like in the spirit of the competition or whatever. Like, if you had some
Babe,
sort of,
I was trying so hard.
yeah, it's a lot like these.
I respect the game. I've been
it's-
fucking
it's,
hookers all week, all month. All
It's that
year.
it's you know, reality shows that are like pick the money or the love sort
yeah.
of things. If you were, I'm sure there are ones that are like, yeah, you can go fuck a bunch of girls, just don't like date any of them for a year. Like, you can get your rocks off, but then make sure you come back to me and we'll have $25 million.
Yeah.
Like it is cheating, but when it's agreed upon because of a wildly toxic rule that your grandfather instituted, it's not really cheating. It's like,
See, I take issue with that.
that it's toxic. Yeah. You think that it's yeah. Well, if
Like,
anything,
I've never had a dream before. I have a dream now.
yeah, this is
It's
awesome
to make enough money
to do this.
to have my ancestors have to do outrageous things for the money,
Bro.
And not toxic, not like in a mean way, but like to give them the gift of like, guess what? From now until you die, you're the most interesting couple in the room.
In the world.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll also
every
say
cocktail
this.
party you walk into, people are gonna be like, "Wait, what's their story? I want to hear about it." It's like when your parents used to like drag you, make you do stuff as a kid when you're like you didn't want to do it, and you did it, and you're like, "All right,
That
I'm
was
happy
pretty
I
cool.
did
Yeah,
it."
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That is like I'm not letting any of you motherfuckers be boring. That's the kind of money I have, is that I don't have boring bloodlines.
The worst part of this whole thing is what she described as a kid. If your parents don't do the year without,
Yeah.
fuck
Bro,
you, mom
I
and
would.
dad. You fucking lovey-dovey pussies. If you guys, especially, like, yo, it's one thing, when you meet somebody and you get engaged, let's say on average, let's say you've been dating 5 years, let's call it, right? You spend a year without that person, that's, you know, like that's 20% of the entire time you've ever known that person is now, like, chopped out. When you're on year 40 and you're like, if we just spent 365 days apart, we'd be on a yacht
Yeah.
right now. Like, that is the definition of short-sighted.
Like, would they when she's like, they thought it'd be too much of a burden. Like, what's a burden about getting to chill by yourself for a year?
Dude. With the like caveat that your girlfriend or boyfriend on the other side knows. Like, if you just start to be a bad boyfriend, girlfriend, married, spouse, whatever, you're
Yeah.
cheating, you're not present, you're not helping them, whatever. Like, you're being shitty. This is like, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
And so it's okay. And also at the end, There's $25 million. Who wouldn't do this? Or again, at least try. And if you find out that you're a pussy and you can't go 365, I mean, I definitely know girls who for sure know girls who would say no to this right away.
I agree. Like, I don't think there's anybody that I would love enough to like be like, I can't do this. Like, I would absolutely do this.
Yeah, okay.
But I feel like
I agree with you.
I do, but I do feel like there are people, like I think that leans towards like you have not met a person in your life like that yet.
Yeah, I hope to God I like find someone who I'm like, I would not want to go a year without
do you think
but
that-
right
that
now,
doesn't
don't
exist?
find that person. I don't think that, to be honest, I don't think that person exists for me. Like a person who like, I just don't think my personality.
I don't know if that exists
where,
for you
like,
either.
I can't. Like, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be different, but
You're
I'll be okay.
like you said, you're very even keeled. You're never like,
Yeah, I'll be a different person than I would have been, but like, I'll be a person and I'll exist and I'll be fine.
Bro, I hate it when we're similar. That's so sad. But yeah,
That's so mean. Like,
I hate when I'm like you.
I hate when we
Well, no,
agree.
you are John Feitelberg, the most practical man in the world.
Yeah, I'm very
And
pragmatic.
love and that shit is not practical. It's by definition irrational and illogical.
I don't even think love. I think just like emotion is childish.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. All emotions are kind of illogical and irrational.
Yeah.
So, and you are not that. But when you are that, and you are taken over by, I mean, listen, there also is, I do see the other side of it. I mean, I have not really done much with my money, so maybe I really can't speak on it yet. But, like, money has not really changed in my life.
Yeah.
So, and, like, being with, like, the right person does change my life. So, like, I do sort of see the other side of it. But it's a lot easier to say that with the money. You know what I mean? Where it's like if I do, like, I mean, if tomorrow I started living a different lifestyle and then got very used to it and needed the money, then it's a different story. But it's like, I don't know. I do have this money now, and it just gives me a sense of security. But, like, I have a lot of the same problems and a lot of the same feelings, and it's just meh,
I think that sense of security is
it's a lot.
everything.
It's a lot. But
Like,
it's also, it's not. I don't know. It's like one that like I probably would have been okay just like with my salary, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like I went from like I won Powerball and I went
Right.
from I can't afford rent to like I'm rich. So I probably would have been okay. I probably would have just like not had the house I have right now. But so I don't know. I think there's more of an argument than you realize, but for you particularly, I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just don't think that applies to everybody.
If it doesn't apply to you, check yourself into mental. Like if it doesn't apply to you, go to therapy right
But there's
now.
also this side of you that is like passionate, Like
Not really.
I mean, like when we're doing content, there's a side of you that
Oh, I can turn it on.
yeah.
I think it's just like I
You
like
think you have an off switch. Other people don't have an off switch.
yeah. No, I can. I can turn it on for content or like for fun. Like if like I'm sitting around at home, someone's like, "You want to get fucking fucked up and wrestle?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude, let's fucking do it."
Well,
like,
it's a little different, but yeah, okay.
like whatever.
I also think that you have gone through a couple relationships that were like hot and heavy that were terrible for you, that ruined you emotionally. So like you probably associate being like super into a relationship with some negative shit.
I would argue that even my bad relationships, I was
Pretty even keel.
I
think by very definition of like sticking with it during some of those bad times is very irrational and illogical and emotional.
illogical, but I knew I was doing wrong.
Yeah, that's I've been there too, where it's like this is so dumb.
Yeah,
take your pants off. Like that is true. It's the difference of knowing that you're being stupid versus
I was
being
fully
blinded
aware.
by, like when it's some Love Is Blind shit, I'm like, you're stupid.
Yeah,
you can't see that this is dumb. It's like, oh no, I see it. I'm making bad choices.
It's like the house is a mess. I see it. I just don't like cleaning it right now.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. Okay. I've been there. That I totally understand too. The year without, if I had money, I would produce this movie immediately. I would go get Jacob Elordi. I would probably just get like the cast of Euphoria and do this movie. This is incredible. It's one of the greatest. Mr. Beast should do this. Mr. Beach, this would be his next video. I split couples up for $25 million each. But the parent thing is the worst. You're looking at your cousins who are like living in Disney and fucking partying on the weekends, doing the greatest clothes, the greatest toys, and it's all because and you're sitting at home in your shitty house because your parents love each other. Mm-hmm. Fuck that.
The second I was old enough to comprehend what had happened, I'd be with my parents. I'd be like, I got in trouble at school. You got to sign this paper real quick. And then I'd be like, ha-ha!
I got you, bitch!
That was a permission to marry. I'm getting married. I'm 13 years old. I'm fucking out of here.
Man, I'm going to be thinking about this for like the rest of my life.
Yeah. I honestly, the main takeaway for me is the grandfather. Like, I'm so jealous of the grandfather.
Yeah,
I'm picturing him like
the
Knives Out. Like,
Yes,
Knives
yes,
Out. Like, who is that? Is that Ian McKellen? No, it's
something McKinnon or something like that.
It's not Ian McKellen.
Charles.
It's the other one. Christopher Plummer. Yeah. Just like sitting in this kind
just
of wacky
coming up with
house,
like funny
just,
things, Yeah.
Like, dude, you'll be crazy.
Yeah.
Like, in order to get my money, you have to scale the 7 Ps. And you'd be like, this is kind of bullshit. But you'd be like, this is kind of sick.
It's rooted in like teaching lessons and like growing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as long as there's like a little bit of a lesson at the end of it, like I don't think you can just be like totally ridiculous shit. But it's like, I think there would be something cool. Like you get my money, you have to like travel around the world. You have to, you have to like go to 20 countries in a year or something like that.
And you'll get enough money to pay for that.
You have to learn a second language. You can only marry this person and get the money after you've like slept, had a relationship with like someone out of your culture, or like just something that's like makes them experience the whole world.
Yeah.
The only way to force it is with a big bag of dough at the end of it. It'd be awesome.
Like a checklist of like the things people always say they wish.
The
they
regrets
did.
at the end. Yeah.
You said the second language, an instrument, blah blah blah. Like, here you go, take a few years, learn that. Now you have all that stuff that people wish they did, and you have money. Like, because there's a chance like you get the money and just like, I'm just gonna chill. Like I don't want to do it
now.
You're
lazy.
Like I have money.
Yeah.
I'm good.
But I think what I honestly sometimes I think it's like Disney Channel bullshit. But then sometimes I see the other side of it where it's like, I think if you did all that when you got the money, I don't think the money would be as big of a deal.
Right.
I think that corny shit actually happens.
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, I have the 25 million, but like, okay, cool. I don't know. I'm going back to like backpacking in fucking Europe because I realize that's what I like.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? So.
What do you think the movie would be? Would it be like the guy and the girl are just so in love that like they go the year without, or is it like?
I think it's got to be an ensemble cast that has like 2 or 3 couples where you see both sides.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think you gotta have like a toxic couple, a really in love couple, a couple who's trying to skate by the PI.
Yeah.
You also gotta like, that PI. If there's 40 couples, I don't know if this is real. There's a lot of money being thrown around here to have like all of the logistics of this, but that is maybe the coolest hypothetical we've ever come across.
Yeah.
We got to just put that into ATI as like a boiled down question, but
you got to buy the rights to this early.
Yeah, god damn.
People are.
I think it's a TV show too. I think there's so much.
Yeah, because there's
like
episode. You need like 20 episodes.
I watched La La Land over the break. That's kind of like a similar ending where like they split ways. They're like, where are we? Do you ever see La La Land?
I have, but I don't really remember the ending.
Yeah, I have too, and I also I remember they're obviously not together.
Yeah.
But I don't remember them making.
She goes to like
agreement.
pursue her, like she gets a big acting gig.
I think there's more movies that need to end that way. The breakup when they just don't get together in the end.
No, it's so gut wrenching.
I know,
I
know,
literally
but that's
can't watch The
fucking
Breakup.
life, though.
I
The breakup is like you're watching a breakup, and it's like it's hell.
The breakup like
breakup
came
is
out,
too real.
Like after a breakup of mine, and it was like,
This is
dude. I remember there's a scene where Jon Favreau's like kind of talking to Vince Vaughn at a bar, and he's like, yeah, dude, you're like the good time guy. Like no one calls you when they like need help. They call you when they want to have fun. And I was like, oh. That one hurt a little bit.
That is not you. You are the fun guy. But.
I've seen that movie once. I still remember that line where I was like,
that movie. I know it's kind of the like cliche quote from it, but the want you to want to do the dishes, I think, was a cultural moment where they, with that script, pinpointed like what it is.
Yeah.
Because like that is a thing. Girls want that, and guys are like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
That was a great one. I was very disappointed to find out that it was not Jennifer Aniston's body in that movie when she walks around naked. I only found that out recently. But yeah, more movies where it's like, yeah, no, we never talked again. Because that shit is that's the real emotional like that's the, you want to make a movie that makes people feel things. It's like, yeah, man, I had that guy or that girl who I never talked to again. That's, getting together in the end is the easy way out. That's the easy way to make a movie. So could you do The Year Without? That is the question. No contact, 1 year. Let's say at least $15 million at the end of it.
Without breaking a sweat.
Favs?
No doubt.
This room, man. The people in this room. This is why this podcast exists. There's probably some podcast out there that's like, no, I couldn't do it. And they have like 10 views. You got to be sick to be in this game.
Yeah, I'll just do two quick things. One, my family had a Christmas party where the concept of it was a Yankee swap, but the present, everyone had to bring their own present, and the idea was the present you bring has to be like your favorite thing from that year.
Oh.
Be it a book, a movie, new cologne, whatever the fuck it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this probably goes to what you're saying.
I don't know what I would bring.
Your like the perhaps brokenness of this room, where I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, you want me to come show you all what I like,
bare my soul,
and be vulnerable?
Yeah.
like what's the trap? Like,
But also, like, what did you do?
well, I didn't bring anything.
Oh, you didn't participate?
But then I realized I was the only person who didn't bring anything. So I ran to my grandfather's room, grabbed a box, threw a Zin in it, and wrapped it up.
You're such an asshole.
And then my cousin got it, and he's 7. So I got it back.
We all win.
I was sitting there.
I'm gonna make you super uncomfortable. You have to give me an answer. What would you bring for real?
Probably nicotine. like no. To be totally honest, like what?
If I told you that there's a grandpa that is doing this challenge, and he has to be like satisfied enough with what you brought, like as like, okay, you put enough thought into this, and I will give you $25 million. What are you bringing?
So I genuinely think that my answer, like for this
Zin?
year, what did I start doing that I liked more and that I haven't done in years past, and like it's probably nicotine. Like
This is why you're the GOAT, man. You're the greatest to ever do it.
But like I'd be like, I used to chew tobacco.
Like most people would be like, that's a cop. Like no, like that's a cop out answer. I feel like if the grandfather put you to a polygraph,
I would
you'd
take
be
a
like,
polygraph.
what are your
I think it's probably nicotine.
I brought nicotine back into my life, and I love it.
Like I we were just saying yesterday on radio, like we would. I think. Because I'd be curious. Like I honestly, I think I'm being honest right now.
Yeah, that's what.
So I'm curious to see if my
polygraph test.
body reacts that way as well. But like I'm pretty sure. Like again, if you were like what, again, like in those parameters, like what something new you started this year that like
It's the new thing that's tough. Like I don't think I started anything new.
yeah.
I
You
played
could
video games.
You could put exercise.
I would bring video games.
Maybe I could bring like dumbbells. Like and these are also things I've
What
done
a
in the
fucking
past.
meathead! Dumbbells and nicotine.
like things that I've done both of these things in the past, but this year I kind of like got back into it and
Yeah,
got into
that
a
would be video
routine
games for me.
where
It's like
was
I loved those as a kid, and I stopped playing them for like 20 years, and then I played them again, and I like them.
yeah.
But that's a very easy, tangible thing. I think this is probably a hard thing for most people.
Yeah, a lot of people brought books. There was a Taylor. I won the Taylor Swift, like a Taylor Swift flip book.
Taylor would be a good one, I think, for you. I mean,
Yeah, Taylor.
it's not just this year, but like this year was a big Taylor year. So,
Taylor was one.
what would you guys bring? This is the most depressing podcast in the world. Just the most emotionless creatures.
Dude, I was sitting there and I was watching everyone put their
What a
gifts in
poly
a pile, and my mom brought a book.
Okay.
And I was like sitting next to my sister, and I was like, if I put a nicotine in here, like, is that funny? And like one of the kids gets, I was hoping a kid would get it, and I was like, and one of the kids gets it, like, would that be funny? And my sister went, and I was like, that's enough. So, like,
If it just gets you to react like that, that's all that matters.
Sketches would be.
I was gonna say, if I were to do this for you, I mean, it would be like a film your own, like a kit, like a ring light and a camera, like try to film a skit because I did that and I loved it.
Dude, like that.
I mean, that gift kind of sucks because it's like, what do you? I'm gonna film. But in the spirit of the thing, I would say that's the thing for you. Yeah,
that is, dude. Like I'm on like 1 hour of sleep right now because we came up with a sketch idea last night that we're filming today. And I just I get so excited, but I can't sleep. Like
that's it.
I could not
see.
Sleep.
That's where I say that like you are a passionate person.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Like you love that,
like,
and when you do it, and you do it well, and people love it. I know that gets you going. But
I was in bed at like 5:30 in the morning. I put like an eye mask on. I was rolling. I was like, I know I can't sleep. I can't sleep.
You're thinking about the skit.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. That's a passionate thing I've found this year that I enjoy.
Jackie could put a hammer and a scalpel in a box.
Why?
Got a new nose, right?
Oh yeah.
Bro, I was picturing a Dennis Reynolds style. Remember when he's filming? Remember when in the episode in I think it's the first Charlie McDennis, when they have to make love out of clay, and like someone does. I think Mac does an arrow that looks like a dick. Someone and Dennis has just like a very detailed picture of a woman's head in a box.
What was your nose this year, Jackie, or was that last year?
Technically last year.
Yeah. What would you put in the box, or what would you bring?
I don't know. I don't know. I've been all about like cheesy quotes lately. I do think that like
that came into your life this year.
That came into my life this year. Like
okay.
Pinterest.
The Eat, Pray, Love. Okay,
yeah.
Like a nice Pinterest board. So get somebody a Pinterest account.
Are you 24?
Yep.
Yeah, 24-year-old white woman, that checks out.
Yeah. Yep. Paz, you got to give an answer.
I mean, a camera. Like
you would be
I've
out of
been
order
using
too.
cameras forever, but like not this way. So it'd be cameras. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. That's good.
What about you?
What'd you do?
Oh, video games.
Oh,
Yeah.
But that sucks. But that is the honest answer. That's a
Mm.
lame answer, but it's very true. Do we have time to do voices?
Oh wait, real quick too. This is I know Jason Whitlock kind of got busted for this.
You about to defend Big J Witt?
No.
Okay.
It's just a kind of a comparable situation where he was like, I mean, it's something that's happened to us our whole careers. Where people are like, why the fuck is this an ad on the site? And we're like, that's Google AdSense, you
Dumb
fucking
fucks.
idiot.
Yeah.
But I get a lot on my Twitter. I get a lot of OnlyFans ads or like.
Oh yeah. But that's everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just think it's so funny that they're like trying to be like, we're not just porn, but using porn stars, where it's like, you want to see Riley Reid cook?
Yeah.
And the thing that's really sick about it is
people are like, yeah.
is that I'm people where
Dude,
I'm like
the most.
I'm like, what's she making?
Bro, the best thing you can do is get a porn star doing not porn. That we've seen that work a million times, bro. People are like, wait, they're doing more than just taking dicks. Like, does she make a nice souffle?
Dude, I think it's partly getting older, and I actually heard Stavi say the same thing. I wrote this down before Stavi's special came out, but he said a similar thing where he's like, I used to like titties on Instagram, and now I'm like, ooh, are you cooking up? Like, if you were told me like behind door number 1, Riley Reid is being ravished, behind door number 2, she's cooking up quite a meal. And I'd be like, well, is it filmed? Like the head over there, they're kind of just throwing things into the pan? And like,
how's it edited?
I could watch a lot of those. Like that is.
Does it have the ASMR noises when they're chopping the vegetables? I really like that a lot.
And she kind of just takes a bite and smiles at the camera afterwards and gives a thumbs up.
I'm in.
I don't know, man. I fuck with that. Bro, I started following a girl on Instagram because she kept being same thing, like kind of like suggested posts. I think she's from Boston. Might be my goal to make her fall in love with me. She's not in my league though.
Then she'll probably take you.
I don't know how to change my sort by date followed latest. I think she's the most recent person I followed. Nope, Mandy Patinkin is. Olivia Tiedemann. She's like massively popular. She has 2.6 million followers. But it was a suggested post where she's just like, I'm hungover, we're making steak and eggs for breakfast. And I watched it and I was just like, this is the most perfect person.
I was going to say, bro, this girl is right up your alley. like brunette, kind of got like little dead behind the eyes look. There's a one of her thumbnails is a picture of her giving the finger with tattooed fingers. She cooks, but she's also kind of like Girl Next Door. She has the pigtails at sometimes. This girl.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Saw her and was like, that's one of John.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yep.
I think she might have said in a video she's a lesbian, but
well,
keep trying.
She's unattainable. John loves her even more.
Not the first lesbian I've gone after publicly.
I almost turned a lesbian when I was like 24 or 5, like just to have sex, and it would have been. I think about that a lot. I would have liked to just like have that on my resume. We were still like making out and shit all over Hoboken, and like got pretty damn close enough that I was like, this is pretty fucking crazy that you say you're not into this because you seem really into this. But in the end, she was like, yeah, I'm not gonna fuck you. I was like, nah!
I did the
I didn't even want it for the sex. I wanted it for the what?
I said I've done the opposite. I've done the Carabas.
Yeah, you've turned somebody gay, right?
Yeah.
You were somebody's last?
I believe so, yeah. It wasn't like the next day, but it was pretty shortly thereafter.
So
I think we were at an OAR concert at the Tweeter Center in Massachusetts. Maybe it was Jimmy
you know, they say
Buffett.
you don't want to be someone's first or last, but I'd be okay if you died. I guess if it's not tragic, but like if I fucked you and you know, if we're old and I fucked you and you died, and it's like, I don't know. I was, you know?
I'm fine. Yeah, if you want to kill yourself after we fuck, I'm
yeah. Like, hey, that's as good as life gets.
Tommy's going to change his profile to, you know, I'm out of your league. Kevin's is. If you're thinking about it, make me the last one.
It's the first of the year. Everybody's trying to get into exercise mode, and everybody needs a little bit of help, right? That's where Fitbod comes in. It's the fitness app created to completely personalize the workout experience for you. So you could already be a gym rat who goes 7 days a week. Fitbod will help you get to that next level. You could be someone who's going to the gym for the first time in years, starting your fitness journey. Fitbod has the app for you. Either way, it's basically like having your own personal trainer, but better because it's cheaper. You're not paying like $1,000 a month. You can do it anywhere. You can do it without equipment. It's easy to build the plan, and it's all accessible right there on your phone. You put in your goals, you put in your fitness level, and the available equipment. So I would be like, my goal is to be not fat. My fitness level is 0, and my available equipment is like some of those stretchy bands. They'd be like, bam, you are on Fitbod level pathetic, but we're going to get you to reasonable. And I would start my workout plan. It adapts as you improve. So as I get less fat and I get more equipment and I get better, you enter that information, and the next thing you know, it's moving along with you. And it also tracks all of your muscle recovery. So while you're not working out, it can help you avoid burnout. It can help you keep your momentum, know when to rest. And so while you're working out and while you're not working out, Fitbod tracks it for you. So add Fitbod to your workout essentials. Join Fitbod today and personalize that workout plan. Go to fitbod.me/KFC, and you can try the app for free and get 25% off your subscription. That's a good deal. 25% off with the free app. That's Fitbod, FITBOD.me/KFC.
What's good, KFC crew? Hopefully y'all are saying this, you know, hopefully the whole contract show worked out. But the other day I was on the hub, and on the homepage was Abella Danger's Answer the Internet.
Hell yeah.
3.5 million views, by the way, so y'all are just fucking killing it everywhere. And I don't know why, but that got me thinking, like, what's the weirdest porn parody you've ever seen? Whether you watch it or just came across it. Like, I remember back in college, there was like this weird Rugrats one that came out. Took a peek. Also where I learned about Lena Paul. So yeah.
That's a net positive. Rugrats porn is, you're towing some dangerous territory.
That's dark.
You just never want to fuck around with that, because what if you like it? It's like Feitelberg said about Saltburn. You unlock something where you're like, fuck. Mm-hmm. What if I want to watch like people in diapers? I'm pretty sure I don't. I don't know. What if I do? I mean, the original porn parody that I knew of was Pirates of the Caribbean, that's like the whole Barstool pirate porn thing. It was just called Pirates, and it had a bunch of like top-notch porn stars, and they were just dressed like pirates, and it was like a fucking movie that came out on VHS and DVD, and like everybody knew about it. That was like the OG porn parody in my mind. I don't really come across much of that though. I mean, I've seen there's always like the porn cartoons, like you see like
Family Guy,
Marge, Homer and Marge fucking and stuff like that. I wonder if you just search like porn parody, what pops up in 2023? Porn parody. Oh, it's got its own category on the hub. Willy Wonka's Sex Factory.
The Grinch.
The Grinch, Spider-Man. And then it just gets back to The Wolf of Wall Street is a good one. It's got a super hot chick doing the high heel to the face thing. Dora the Sexplorer. See, this is where it gets weird, man. This is a hot chick in a Dora the Explorer like booty shorts with a green screen. If you're watching that, you probably are on a list. But at the same time, I'm looking at Daphne and Velma from Scooby-Doo getting double teamed, and I'm kind of feeling it. So they're getting fucked by monsters. Makes sense. You know, they're chasing after the monsters and they get banged by them. I wouldn't necessarily call this a porn parody. Horny Jewish stepmom seduces son's college friend. That's not really a parody. So they're just kind of mixed in here, a whole bunch of stuff. Back to the Cooter, Back to the Future. So I was about to say, I don't know if people really do this kind of porn. I feel like it's turned into very like OnlyFans, real life, just watch people have sex. And I am being proved very incorrect. Night at the Museum. Bunch of people coming alive at the museum and having sex. That one for the history buffs out there. Stepsisters from The Shining. The two little girls, the two twins. That's fucked up. Resident Evil has a ton. That's always one, right? Tomb Raider is a big one. And then there's some sort of Captain America. So there's plenty of porn parodies out there for the people who like a little plot in their life or want to see this one. Saw porn parody? I'm down with that. Let's see what this one is. Multiple huge cum shots in her mouth. Yeah, I mean, listen. It's a little bit weak for a Saw, but that if I'm going to pick one porn parody series, it's going to be Saw, which is basically just porn. Porn these days is just episodes of Saw with people coming. So that would be my pick. Street Fighter.
This guy?
Everywhere, to a zoo, in a limo, multiple times to the mall. I love my waifu Sayaka Maizono. We've gone everywhere, to a zoo, in a limo, multiple times to the mall, movie theater, ocean, pool, restaurants, and all of the above. And I may be her most dedicated fan, as it's a deep rabbit hole, as alongside that, I also have an RC car so she can move around with me if I want. All my consoles are covered with her, alongside all my game covers, which I replace. I follow over 200 Maizono accounts, which is currently half the people I follow on Twitter. I have over $500 in commissioned artwork, some of us together. I also have medieval chainmail with all the push-button pins that I've collected of her, which goes together with a sword and shield, which is entirely made out of her. But most importantly, I've turned my house into a church for Maizono, and this is what the outside of my house looks like. Besides advertising the church in the front of my driveway, I also have multiple billboards outside also advertising it for people driving by. My house is a legitimate place of worship though, as when you walk in, you'll see a choir of Sayakas. alongside an 18-foot tall mural.
Oh
Then if
my
you go upstairs,
God!
you can see the truly special part, which is the walls and rooms of Sayaka Maizono, as seen here, and have gone as far as putting pages on the ceiling. Then when you come upstairs, you'll see that the floor is completely covered with pages, and extends all the way to this mini hallway. But the truly special part is this room right here, which is the most decorated part inside of the house. Nothing is covered, and is the pinnacle of the Holy Land. Generally, for the rest of the rooms upstairs, they're all very similar, including my room and the 2 separate bathrooms that I have
God.
upstairs.
This guy's
If you
house
were
is
wondering
covered
how
in
I
cum.
did this, they were all printed with my 10 photo printers, which are also Sayaka Maizono. Now, of course, being concerned about robbers is a problem, which is why I also have custom Maizono boomsticks, which include a revolver, a rifle, an army knife, blessed ammo, which I all keep for myself, but also have an entire Sayaka Maizono militia, which I call the Waifu Warriors in order to guard my house, and also the giant monuments that I've built, which include a 25-foot tall cutout of her, 10 20-foot tall cutouts of her, 2 30-foot tall cutouts of her, and 1 cutout the size of half a tennis court.
It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Jackie, how much money to fuck this guy? How much money for you to date this guy?
I mean, I didn't even see what he looked like, but like to date him?
He looks like a. Actually, he looks like there's multiple guys in that video, so I don't know who is who. You have to show up, like, you know, and be like, "This is my boyfriend," and like introduce him to your friends and family and stuff. This guy, I was about to say, this is a little too extreme, so I think he's doing this for content. But even if that's the case, it's such a dedicated level of commitment to build 30-foot statues and cover your house that even if you're just doing this like, hey, I'm going to do this thing for the internet where I pick a weird anime porn thing and like obsess over it, even if that's it, you're still a fucking wacko.
Yeah.
And if you're doing it for real and you turn your house into a church, you have a giant sign outside that says like the Church of Maizuna or whatever her name is.
That's fucking crazy. I guess he's rich at least.
I don't think he is.
I mean, I
The
didn't
house
see it.
is huge, though.
I guess so. He's got a tennis court and shit.
Think of like all the 3D printing and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you got? A lot of 3D printers. You're rich. There he is, Jack. Come take a look at him. I think he looks like he's like 15, but he's got to be like.
I mean, he's below my.
I was gonna say this is what like this is the test. You would rather date this guy
I mean,
than
he
Jacob
looks
Elordi.
15, so like no. No.
If
no,
I gave you the
I
choice,
would lie.
okay, here's the deal.
Okay.
Here's what you have to pick between this guy or you date a New York City ultra wealthy socialite where you feel like you don't dress the right way, act the right way, talk the right way, look the right way at all times.
Okay, I mean that's different. But it would be
but these
like,
are the extremes.
It would be like a serious thought. I would seriously have to think about. Like,
You would seriously think about dating the anime porn guy?
This is crazy.
no,
Jackie, this is
no.
crazy. I just
Okay.
basically said like you can date like a rich celebrity or an anime porn freak, and you're thinking about it.
Maybe I have to go to therapy. I don't know.
Yeah, we got to work on your self-worth, girl.
Um,
This might be worse than the $50 per FaceTime.
No, I would obviously rather date Jacob Elordi, but like, that would ruin me.
Being like looked down upon like every time you
but
go
also
somewhere.
it's like, oh my god, like if the public was in on it, I don't know.
like
but I
if
cannot
every
date this
time
guy.
you were out and the paparazzi took pictures and they were like, why is he with her?
Oh my god, I had a dream one time that like I
Yeah,
I
that's
hooked
tough.
up with like it was like the Sydney Sweeney's boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and then everyone was like, "Well, why?" Oh my god, it was a bad dream.
Well, why?
Like who is this girl who thinks that she could be?
No,
Sydney?
see, I think of that as like, whether or not there are people chirping, it's like, yeah, motherfucker, think about it. This guy who's been with Sydney Sweeney is now picking me. So like, yeah, you might have some.
Yeah, but I just came to the conclusion I was like, not worth it to be like, have everyone be like,
What's going on
like
here?
just it's an instant comparison. To
I mean,
Sydney
the worst of all time, and I hate to even bring it up because it is mean, was Hugh Jackman's wife.
Really?
Oh my god, when you see her, and I think they were together for like 40 years.
That's her?
Yeah. But then he split with her like last year,
Oh.
and I remember being like, finally, there's there's other pictures where I was like, oh my god.
Or I always think of
But I feel so bad saying that. But there were pictures where I was like, oh wow, Hugh Jackman took his mom to like the award show, and then it was like that's his wife, and I was like, holy fucking shit. But she was probably his ride or die, and like he really, she supported him through the lean times, and they stayed together and all that shit. But a lot of people say a lot of mean things all the time. It's like fuck.
The girl who's dating Tommy Lee now. Brittany Furlan, she was a Viner, and she's very hot, but she's gotten like a lot of work done, and I can only imagine it's because like she's constantly being compared to Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
It's gotta fuck with you.
Yeah, it's a tough world, and girls get it so bad with celebrities and dating and shit. It's like they just pick apart your body and your face and everything. But
I'm guilty of this when like I look up a quarterback, like a big time quarterback, and I'm like, that's.
Totally.
I don't want that guy on my team.
Totally. Or it's the inevitable. It's like okay, he's gonna dump that girl.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, no. What if she really supports him? And like, all that's true, but I'm telling you, they're gonna break up, and then they always do. It's almost inevitable. Brittany Mahomes is like the huge exception that everybody thought was gonna happen and didn't, and good for her. But
fuck, it's so unfair.
It's tough out here, man. It's tough out here. But that's why what you get in exchange is like money and a wealthy lifestyle and all that, and you got to decide whether you want that. But don't date the anime freak.
No, I'm not. I choose Jacob Elordi.
Okay, good.
First time, long time. Got a question for you guys that came up after listening to Kevin's airport troubles with his suit. Got me thinking, man, you got that money now. Why don't you just throw him, a 50 or 100, get them moving in gear? And then I thought, as someone who identifies with the pores, I've never tried to do that. I mean, you see people in movies, put a 20 across the table, 100 across the table just to get things moving along. So I was wondering if you guys ever in your personal lives just kind of took the risk, threw some money behind a request, and got it moving quicker than normal or got your way in any regards. So yeah, looking forward to
the only time I've ever even considered doing this, I don't know if I've ever actually done it. But if I were to, I would say up front. I would say to the bouncer, hey, man, can I throw you a couple $100 to let us in?
Yeah.
Because the only thing worse than waiting on the line or whatever is getting, the bouncer being like, get your fucking money out of here. Like, who are you? Nobody. Getting rejected when you're trying to be slick and greasing the palms of some guy is so embarrassing that I would flat out say, like, hey, my buddy doesn't have a ticket, but, like, if I give you some money, is that cool? And then he can just say yes or no. But trying to be like, yo, here you go, and I dap him and slide, or I put it in his pocket, or I make a heavy inference. My friend fucking Benjamin Franklin says, like I would just say, hey, can I pay you money to make this happen? And then he can decide. I don't think I've ever successfully been slick like that.
No.
I've tipped bartenders up front, big. And they'll be like, thank you, and I'll be like, I'll be back. Like, you take care of me all night. But even then, I don't say like, hey, I'm tipping you a lot now so that you will pay attention to me. It's just kind of like understood. But I definitely have never been like denied something and then been like, how about this to fix the situation? Because the thought of being rejected is, you got to think all these bouncers and bartenders and waitresses and shit in these cities have seen. It's like, I was just serving Leonardo DiCaprio. Exactly. I don't care if you give me $20.
I don't think it would work for any New York City bouncers.
No, it works. It works.
Yeah?
You do it? I have never been denied. Like, I'll always be up front with it. Like, $20 if I could just like.
And they do it?
Yeah, and they do it. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, never really. I mean, literally $20. Yeah.
And you're at like places that are
at like
pretty
decent
legit?
places. Yeah. I mean, there's no like lines for like mediocre places in New York City. So
Right,
it's like,
right.
And I'll never do it. Like, I'll only do it if like my friends are already in there. I'm not waiting on the sign like a loser. I'll just go home.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely. I will never probably ever wait on a line ever again. Yeah. If you guys are all inside and I somehow got separated, I'd be like, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And you just walk up, and then the people who are like waiting on the line don't say anything. They're not like, "What the fuck, dude?"
People don't. They don't like because they don't. Because I would never say something. Like, why is that guy? Yeah. Like, all right, he's just got something that I don't.
Right.
Like, $20 usually works. I don't know.
Jackie, if a guy did that with you, would you be like, "Oh shit"?
$20.
Yeah, well, if I saw it was a 20, I'd be like, all right.
No, but more like if you show up to a spot with a guy and you're like, fuck, there's a big line, and he's like, come with me, and whether it's $5, $20, $100, he like gives the bouncer a head nod and gets his attention and then is like, right this way, would you be like, oh hell yeah?
Yeah, I probably would.
Yep.
I'm kind of easily impressed, but
No,
like,
but I was gonna say I think that is, you put that on the list of like of things that I think would impress a chick. I think when a guy can get a table or get in and even has to do it a little bit like, there's a little element of like street smarts to it. Like I know how to talk to them and what to give them and all that. I think that's impressive. I think people would agree that is like a turn on.
But only if it's like a exclusive place, because if it's like a mediocre place, then it's like, okay, you're the reason I can't get in because I can get in without guys, so you kind of better.
That's true. I never thought about it from that point of view of like I remember one time I was at Tin Lizzy, like the most dive bar in New York City, and I was talking. It was like when I first met Caitlin, and I was like, what can I get you? Like, I get free drinks here. And she was like, so do I. Like, I'm a girl at a dive bar, like on the Upper East Side of New York. I have never paid for a drink in my life. What are you fucking talking about? And I was like, fair play. Got it. Understood. So yeah, maybe I'm wrong on that one.
It is crazy. Like the nights that you just decide, like you're hot and you go to the front, like you have the right amount of like alcohol in you.
The confidence.
Like the confidence and everything.
It's like when we went to the Jets game.
You can. I'm always like, yeah, exactly. I'm always like so hesitant but like I'll have friends who just be like, no, we're hot. We're not waiting in line. And then we go up to the front, get in every single time.
It's crazy. Amazing. We're hot. We're getting in. But the thing is, like, you got to be right.
You have you have to hit it. Like,
if you're not hot enough and some bouncer goes, get back in line, ladies, you better go home. Yeah. And then it's even worse for a guy. I don't know. A bouncer telling a girl, like, you're not hot enough to skip the line is pretty devastating. But a guy trying to be like, hey, what's up, dude? How are you? You know, hey, I was here last week. What are you doing? And he's just like, go away is pretty embarrassing, too. I don't know what's worse, getting denied as a girl or a guy. But probably a girl, because girls, you're supposed to never get denied. Yeah. So if you do get denied, it's like,
that's pretty hard.
Like, guys regularly get denied, and you're trying to get around it. Whereas girls never get denied, and you are. That's pretty fucking brutal.
You just need the cheerleader effect, though. You just need to put, like, your two hottest up front, and then the rest can be uggos. Yeah. And then you can get in.
Okay, so when you're doing that,
No. We don't
Is it just
plan
like unspoken? Like, okay, I'll be in the back, and Jackie and whoever go up front, and like I'll be behind you guys.
Yeah.
No, but like we also know that it's like the cheerleader effect. Honestly, nobody even has to be hot in the group for the cheerleader effect. It's just like you walk in dressed well, you walk in as a group of girls. It's kind of like how I feel like whenever.
Wait, I have actually never heard of this call. I mean, I can understand the inference of a cheerleader effect.
Yeah, it's just like
it just literally means like the cheerleaders are dressed up and get the attention. So like
then if you look like closely, it's like I kind of feel like this happens like whenever I walk into a bar with guys, is like you'll be like, oh, there's a lot of hot guys here, and then you'll actually look closer and you'll be like, wait, actually none of them are hot. Like you just like for some reason the appearance of a group of guys your age or something.
I sometimes wonder if that shit's like biological.
Yeah.
Like your body is just like go have sex with those people, and then your brain is like, nah, maybe not. You know?
Yeah, and then you take a closer look, and like
it's like,
kind of
his clothes are sloppy. It's just that he's a little bit tall. Wait, he's balding. Whatever.
Yeah.
But if you are like, if you have a group of girls and you're like, fuck, we got to get in, and it's like, does everybody know who the front two are and who the back two are? Because that kind of sucks.
No, I've never.
Like, I'd rather be the middle girl. I'll be like, I'll be number 3 and 4, but I don't want to be 5 and 6.
It was fucked up. Like, I went to out in Berlin like one time, and everyone's like kind of racist there, we heard, so we had to put like our least looking ethic people up front and our most up in the back. I don't know if I can keep that in, but like it's messed up. But
my brother had a very strange group of friends. We used to call it the United Nations, because there was like a black guy, a Dominican guy, a Indian dude, a Thai guy, a Filipino dude. Like it was like 10 dudes, 10 different races, and my brother was the white guy. And they used to joke, like, they would go on spring break, and they were like, if we get, like, arrested, like, you're the one talking to them. Or, like, if we get kidnapped, like, they would joke, like, the ransom guys would call back home and be like, we have this Dominican guy and the black guy, and, like, they hang up. Yeah. But they call, like, we have this white boy from America. And it's like, oh, stop the presses. We got to send the police. So you do got to play your cards right in that department as well. But if you got it. There's never a girl who's like, I'll go talk to the bouncer. And are you ever like, Stacy, not you?
No.
That would be devastating.
Because also it's
But
just
what's
like,
worse is your friends telling you, I don't think that's a good idea, or you going to try to do it, and the bouncer being like, go back with your friends.
Well, that's like a rush in sororities. Like they just legitimately, like, they put all the hot girls up front and all that. And like then there were like the dances, and then you would know if you get selected for a dance that you were hot.
Did you do it? Did you do that?
Yeah, I got selected.
Hey! Did you have any friends who didn't get selected, and they were like, fuck you?
Yeah, they just knew, but like they took it gracefully. They're like,
were you
what am I
like,
gonna do about it?
How did you handle it?
And there was like one.
Like when you got selected, what did you do?
I was just like, I mean, because there was also like there was multiple dances, so like I didn't get selected for like one of them, and I was like,
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hang on. First things first. Let's see the dance.
No.
Yes.
I honestly don't. Trust me. No.
Jackie?
Trust me.
Jackie.
No.
Jackie.
Trust me. I don't remember anything.
I don't care what you remember. I care about what we can find, and I know we can find this video.
I don't think it would be on YouTube.
I think we can find this video. I think I am going to tell you, I'm going to fire you if you don't find it. I think we need to find USC class of 20 whatever sorority.
I'll try and look it up.
Oh, we're going to find this.
What sorority were you in?
It's fine. I'll try and
we're going to find this.
No.
Did you
Theta,
eat, girl? Were all the girls like, she ate? There were no crumbs left. No crumbs left.
I love that term.
No crumbs left.
No, I don't think I ate it.
What did you dance to?
I don't remember. I just remember being selected for a dance.
This was like the crowning achievement of your hot girl life. You remember. When the hot girls say, hey, you're a part of the hot girl dance, you fucking remember, you goddamn liar.
I know.
I'm actually about to get mad if you continue to lie to me.
No,
because I know you're lying.
No, I swear to God, Kevin, I don't remember. Like, it's also like I remember some girls in the group being like, not that hot, so I was like, hey, don't let it go to your head that much.
Listen, girly pop, just because we're dancing.
Yeah, doesn't mean that you're, but,
oh my God, if Jackie just popped up in this video right now, I would
just
die.
do like, recruitment video.
I could
do
see.
USC Theta recruitment
I'm
video.
sure they're like, get tits in the front, let's go.
Theta XI?
No. Theta KAO.
She says that like, no.
Well, that's a fraternity.
K what?
KAO. Well, it's KA Theta.
This would be so great. I know you know what song you dance to.
Dude, I don't. Trust me, I
do.
would have spit it out right now. I'm so easy to crack. I just don't know.
That's really funny. I know you felt like you were hot shit though.
Oh, I did. Well, absolutely.
Yeah. How many other girls were like up front? Were you like one of 3, or were you like one of like 10?
I was.
Oh, so you do remember?
No. It was like a lot. Like, it's a big sorority. So again, I don't remember. And we had like 50 videos and whatever. So I don't remember exactly what it is. But there were just like girls in the pods.
Yeah.
In the pods with the dancing ones.
Okay.
I don't remember.
What were you wearing?
You had to wear like recruitment stuff. So it was like a Theta shirt and like.
So you do know details. Okay.
Okay.
That's interesting. You remember your outfit that day, but
I don't remember. Like, we had to wear the same thing for 4 years. I don't remember the specific dance from 1 year.
Hilarious. I could never do anything.
I'll do
Greek life
research.
shit, man. We will find this though. If you were, I'm sure there's people in the sorority life or the frat life that can track this down for us. Please get me Jackie dancing for her sorority rush. That would be unbelievable. Next up,
you guys.
My man.
Question for you. So I was playing a card game this weekend, and there's a card in the deck that was a nope card. Basically, anytime something happened in a game that you didn't like, you were able just to apply your nope card. So if you had a nope card in real life, what would you use it on?
Great call.
Nope. Viva, John, happy Hanukkah, brother.
A nope card would be so sick. Like someone comes up to you and you're stuck in they come up to you and they start a conversation you don't want to be a part of, and you just go nope, and they just like freeze and walk away. I cannot do like the small talk anymore. I think because I talk so much here, I'm so quiet in my regular life. People are always like floored. They think I'm gonna be like loud and boisterous, and then they actually are like, they think I'm kind of a weirdo because I'm so quiet. But it's because I don't want to talk. I'm also like being so judgmental and like thinking like, oh my God, I'm like, I would like, make fun of this on the podcast, or like, if you ever said this at Barstool, what would happen? All these lame thoughts are like running through my head that I just like sit there silently. I cannot do like like, do you tell me about you and I'll tell you about me? I want to just be like, nope, let's just watch the game or whatever, man. We don't have to do this. Nope.
You've probably had a lot of the same conversations because
so many times, and it's great, and I love it, and I do find the Barstool story interesting, and I'm always willing to tell it, but it's like, I was an accountant, but the biggest nope what would be your nopes? I mean, I have some serious things in life that I would love to nope, but the little casual things in life of, you know what? This is not a nope. This just popped in my head. If you are a store that sells like food, and somebody buys food, they should have to put like the fork or the spoon or whatever in the fucking bag. Like there's places on the corner here around here. I go and I buy like a little like chicken salad thing, whatever. And then I come back and I don't have a fucking fork or spoon to eat it, and I have to go get one.
That was a COVID
You should have to put the fucking napkins and the utensils in the fucking bag. That used to happen, and now it doesn't.
I love going to a salad place and like, do you need a fork? What do you think I'm gonna eat?
Of course, that's what I mean. Yeah. Like, I need to eat this, you motherfucker. That actually brings me to, I meant to tell this story earlier, but my mom and her latest crusade. My mother is fighting the good fight against New York City grocery stores that no longer provide bags. So I think this is a regional thing, because every time I complain about it, a lot of people in the South and the West are like, we still get grocery bags all the time. But in New York, they outlawed plastic bags, and then they gave us paper, and then eventually they phased out paper, and they just said you have to bring a reusable bag or you have to buy a bag. I usually just fucking buy a 5-cent bag, but it is annoying that it was this thing that they used to provide, and now they don't, and it's all in the name of like one dead turtle that one time got a bag stuck on its fucking nose. Like, it's just part of life. You buy groceries, people need to put them in bags. And so out here, bags are like, what happens is you buy a reusable one, right? You bring it home, you unload it, you put it like in the closet. You go to the grocery store, you forget to grab the reusable one from the closet, you have to buy another one. Next thing I know, I have 50 fucking $5 bags in my closet. Or you have to buy these like 5-cent ones that are like really shitty. Anyway, my mom goes to the same grocery store in the same little neighborhood in the Bronx, where like everybody sees each other every day. My dad, my mom, they go to this store like 3 times a day. They're like, oh, we need milk. Oh, shit, we forgot bread. Oh, wait, we forgot this. So they're there all the fucking time. My mom also knows that this grocery store is like a subsidiary of the town we used to live in when we lived in Westchester, is the Nice grocery store. They also, like, when they get deliveries and shipments and stuff, they hit both these spots. So it's managed by like the same people. So my mom knows that like there's the ritzy one in Pelham, and then where she lives in the Bronx is like the redheaded stepchild. So my mom started, like, when she would be checking out, she would be like, oh, I bet the ladies in Pelham get their groceries still bagged. And she'd be like looking at the manager being like, I bet you don't pull this out in Pelham. I bet that, blah, blah, blah. So it started with that, making the employees uncomfortable, where they were just like, I don't know, lady, just fucking go away. Then she graduated to fighting back. She goes to the produce section and she tears all of the plastic bags for your fruit and bags her groceries with those bags. I'm talking gallons of milk in the tall skinny one. She's like, you'd be surprised what you can fit in there. I was like, doesn't it rip? She goes, no, you'd be surprised. So she'll sit there, blows it, opens it up, and starts stuffing in all of these big items. She's double and triple bagging them while she's going, the ladies in Pelham don't have to do this. And they're all just like, what? This lady is fucking tapped. But if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Man. I mean, that is literally why I am who I am and where I come from. Like, I can afford the bags. It's not about that. It's the principle that you just sell me a bunch of items. I have 12 stray items on this counter, and you say to me, do I need a bag? Yes, I fucking need a bag, man. I'm not going to just walk out of here like balancing these things. Give me a goddamn bag. Oh, now I got to pay for it? No, I don't. There's bags over there. So and then the real reason that she won't back down is the other day my dad bought groceries, is walking home. They live about like 4 or 5 blocks away from the grocery store. Again, this is a community of probably like a couple thousand people. It's like the smallest little nook of the Bronx. My dad is there all the time. They ran out of the store and like tracked him down like a block and a half away and said, you stole the milk. You didn't pay for the milk, which he did, and he had the receipt to show it. But also, like, even if you were ringing him up and like you forgot to ring up the milk, just fucking let him go. So my mom got word that they were accusing him of theft, and now is just in an all-out crusade to embarrass everyone and make them feel awkward while she steals the produce bags. And part of me is like, I am so mortified, and part of me is like, rock on, lady. Like, fuck yeah. That's my mom.
I love that.
Yeah, it's I love it from a distance. When you're involved in it, when the police came to Home Depot and I was there, I was like, please, Mom.
Wait,
like,
what?
We were at Home Depot. This is like when I was in high school. Home Depot was one of the first places that really got on their check your receipt shit. Like one of the first places that was like, we need to see your receipt because we think you're stealing. And every time she would be like, just put your head down and walk, just go. They're accusing us of theft. This is profiling. This is unconstitutional. This is invasive, all that shit. And one time we were walking out and she was like, don't you give them the receipt. You keep your head down. You keep walking. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But there was like cops outside and they like called the cops over. And then one of the cops like kind of, he didn't like grab my mom, but he kind of like corralled her and was touching her, and I was like, don't touch my mom. And it was like a whole fucking thing, and I was like, if we just let him see the receipt, and he was just gonna just check it with his marker and go, none of this would have fucking happened. But I'm also like, dig your heels in, lady. That's why I have a podcast. That's why we do this shit. Anyway, the Nope card, maybe it would be that. You checking my receipt? Nope. Fuck you. Leave me alone. What do you got, Jackie? What's your Nope card? I mean, women would need Nope cards left and right.
Bars and people there. I realized also, like, going back to small talk, like, I used to kind of, like, enjoy, like, when Ubers would talk. I mean, I've never enjoyed it, but, like, I never minded it. Now, if they try, like, I can't do it. I don't know why.
Yeah, you reach a point, I think sometimes part of it is the job, and it's just like, I don't know, these conversations are just not necessary.
Yeah.
And they're just taxing and annoying. But then part of me is like, just have be a member of society and just have the fucking conversation. I don't know.
I used to like in LA, I had a Uber to an internship, an hour and a half there, an hour and a half back. And I would have to talk to this Uber driver for the entire time because everyone in LA talks. I was totally fine with it. Now I can't even for like a 20-minute ride.
That's almost like, at that point I maybe would talk. So like we're hunkering down together for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like that's almost, we're gonna get to know each other out here.
Yeah.
Hour and a half each way for an internship. Where were you interning?
And I wasn't even paid. It was like this like talent management company. It was crazy.
Crazy.
Like it was just LA traffic.
Jackie, do you think you would be different if you still lived in LA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would have done though.
So do you think you're like a New York girl now?
No.
What do you think you are then?
California. I don't know. I'm not.
I mean, everyone thinks you're from Jersey.
Really? I know everyone thinks Jersey.
Totally. I would never look at you. I mean, like looks wise, sure. If you just said like, "Is this girl from California?" You'd be like, "Yeah, sure." But like,
it's an attitude. It's not an attitude. It's like a
personality.
Yeah.
But like,
I'm
so like California nice. I feel like.
What does that mean?
No, I'm just like.
Is that a real? You're actually nice, or is California nice one of those things where it's like we're not actually nice?
Just like no. Like California people are just nicer. Like I don't think I'm like.
I don't
New
know
York
if I
tough.
agree with that.
There's no way. I've heard it's like the land of the snakes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I think California nice is like we're nice to your face, but we're snakes behind your back. Whereas in New York, it's like get the fuck out of my way, and it's like, well, okay, whatever. We're just upfront about it.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, but no, but yeah, LA is different. Like Northern California is just like the best people in the country.
I
think.
could see people when there's nice weather, people are just in a good mood all the time, so they're just like not bent out of shape about the little things. When you're commuting in like 100-degree weather or shitty cold weather, you're just miserable and everyone's mean to each other. Whereas like you're in SoCal, you're like, I don't know, man, 75 and sunny, whatever. That guy cut me off, what do I care? Whatever.
Wait, when I was in Tahoe though, like this is why I texted us.
Jackie had big time vacation.
Like I need to live like a ski bum life just for one winter.
I know.
I need to.
So Jackie texted the group like, what if we get a house for the winter, a content house? And it's not a bad idea. It's actually a great idea. And it's one that I just wish Barstool, I wish I had the money I have now and Barstool had the clout that it has now when I was 25. When I was 25, we were just bloggers in basements. And we just didn't have the ability to be like, we're going to go live in Vermont, in Tahoe for whatever, for a month in this house and film ourselves and get awesome content out of it. I would love to. I can't do it. If you guys want to go do it, I will help facilitate it.
No.
But there is something to be said for when you go, everybody has a moment, probably around your age too, where you get a summer house, or you get a winter house, or you watch a movie. Like I remember watching like American Pie, being like, this is how it's like all my friends are gonna like we're gonna like live together and like be friends forever and like hang out and we're all gonna like live in the same house or in the same neighborhood. We should what was it? American Pie 2. It was like they all got together and painted houses together for the summer, and I was like, we're gonna fucking do that, guys. And of course you never do that. But when you're on a vacation like that, you're like, how can I do this forever? Or at least for like a season. My dream, I mean, I say it all the time. I'm like, I would just go to the Bahamas and be a bartender. It's close enough to America. You could probably make enough money. You live on a hut on the beach. You sleep with some tourists. You have a good life. And you're happy. And there are people who just do that. And it's just like we choose to live here and do this incredibly difficult shit. But you could go do that. Jackie, you could quit and go do that.
I know, but I don't want to quit.
But like, why not?
Because like
why don't you go be a ski bum?
I mean, I'm so like, you know, coming off the heels of that, like I considered how I could make it happen. But unfortunately, I also really like my life in New York. But like, just for one winter, like I would love to just like ski all day, go to the bars after. I could work like a job.
For me, it's not even like I don't like skiing. I like the lifestyle of like I would like to be a bartender at the ski place or like work at the resort, and it's just like I see the people who are on the mountain, and I know the you know the ski community, and you're all just kind of same thing with surfing and the beach. Like you'd be a lifeguard at the beach, that sort of thing, where it's like you have your own little world and there's no stress or drama. I'm sure there is their own version of it, but it's certainly not like this.
Yeah. And then it hits me, it's like, but it's only kind of fun when I'm like young. So
well, that's the thing too. There's a couple things. One, you don't make much money, so you actually really have to make sure you like the lifestyle, because it's like the minute that you want to go buy like a nice bag, it's like, well, I can't do that.
Yeah.
But if you're really content being on the mountain and like hanging out with people and like hot tubs and shit like that, if that gets you, then you're good. But then you got to think like, what happens when everybody settles down and has a family, or I'm the only one left, and But the smart people, you know what they do? They just say, I'm just gonna keep doing this. I never get tired of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would get tired of it, but I'm an idiot for thinking that. Like, I'd like to try. It's like the money with the grandpa. At least try.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to fire you guys and make you go do some shit like that.
That was my plan before this. I was going to come home, do like an internship. I didn't know I was going to do this internship. And I was going to go back down to South Carolina for my last semester, and I was just going to stay on the beach. I was going to be a beach guy.
I kind of want to fire you.
Yeah. But I'm so not a beach guy, but I fell in love with the beach that senior year or junior year. And I was like, this is
you could become a beach guy. Get used to the sun. You get used to everything.
That would be great. We both get fired. You become a beach guy. I become a snow girl.
Yeah. And then we just like mix and match the seasons.
Yeah, we get hired and then come.
I mean, it's also there's a level of like you guys are too talented to like not do something like this, you know. So then I feel like it's wasted talent.
Thanks.
But fuck that. Who cares? You know.
I don't know, dude. I might
at least like force you guys to go away for a while.
No, but like we have a job.
This is like when you break up with someone for them, you know. It's like, I'm doing this for you. It's like, go.
Well, also,
you're fired.
Please
go to
don't
the beach.
fire us.
What?
Like, please don't fire us.
Well, sometimes you gotta do it for the
You
person.
could fire us if you'll rehire us.
Well, maybe that's what I'll do. It's like, we're just going to stop your paycheck for a month.
Okay.
Go live the life and come report back. That's why I can't do it because of the kids and shit, but if you guys want to go do it, we could probably make it happen.
Do you think that could happen? Like, you could stop my paycheck for a month and guarantee that I have a job?
I mean, we could probably do it and you can keep your paycheck. If you want to go to a house and make content, go.
But, like, I'm not, like, you
You don't want to make content, you just have fun.
No, I'll do it what I need to do, but, like, I would have to come up with some good content. Like,
Yeah, well, that is true. That's where, I mean, part of this job, like, affords you the opportunity to do these things, but you do have to, like, have a plan and not just be like, I'm on the mountain. Like, it's like, day 1, day 2, what are we going to do? Like, we got to film
went
this.
to France and,
But-
did the chef stuff.
Yeah.
And that's, like, the perfect example of, like,
Yes.
you don't have to be here to do that.
I think if you documented, like, ski bum life and you did it for real,
Yeah.
people would watch that, and it would be worth the time away.
Okay, well, maybe while I'm still on vacation mind, I'll come up with an outline or a
That's the
plan.
other thing is, like, you right now, your brain just wants
It's,
it so
like,
bad because
so
you were
bad.
there.
Yeah.
But it's also, like, I don't think there's skiing anywhere happening because
No, I
the
know.
country is, like, in tropical weather now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, John's response was funny. It was like,
Yeah,
all you have to do
find
is find
snow
it, yeah.
anywhere in America.
I'm
to ski.
going next week. There's no way I'm able to ski. There's no way.
What do you do when you go there and there's no
drink?
I mean, they make
It's still
snow.
fun. But, like, I like skiing, so, like, that sucks.
Yeah.
So.
Crazy. All right, last voicemail.
No, we did
I think
three.
we
Oh, cool. When I was younger and single, I played video games when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I stopped, and now I'm getting back into it.
Yeah.
If I was, like 25 and single, I think my eyeballs would be bleeding. I think
Dude,
I'd be playing video games all day long.
That was one thing I had this like lapse in playing video games when I was in like my early 20s, like I would say like around like 19 to 21. I started traveling. I didn't have a console. So I was like, I'm not going to play games anymore.
Yeah.
And then I had this like little laptop and I downloaded an emulator and started playing like 8-bit like fucking Super
Old
Nintendo
school
games
shit,
and
yeah.
shit. And I was like, I never want to stop doing this. I love this shit so much.
So
It brings
much.
me so much joy. Me and my buddy stream. We're playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now. We're like deep into it. All the little moments we have, all like hanging out, talking with the boys. Sometimes me and my boys hang out just playing COD, shooting the shit, Fortnite, whatever. It's so fucking fun. My buddy crashed with me. We were partying, and like one day we were so hungover. I was like, "Do you want to do anything?" He's like, "Let's just play Fortnite." And we just laid in my place, played Fortnite, ordered food in. It was so fucking good, dude.
Sounds great,
It was
dude.
so good, dude.
I that to me, I don't have any other friends that like are doing it, but I would love to get into. I play Spider-Man 2. I haven't done any like the Call of Duty shit where you're like on the headsets, but I feel like that's a good way to stay with the homies.
Oh, it's
when
great.
you start
Yeah.
getting older.
So great.
Like you're not gonna be able to go to the bar. Few and far between with like a bachelor party or something where you get together. Maybe some golf weekends if you do that. But if it can be like every night when the kids are in bed, we sneak away and pop
just-
the headset
yeah.
on. I don't know.
He's so gay.
See, I know you think that, but I think that the tide has totally. turned on that.
I'm in the minority.
Yeah.
But like, if my buddies are like, "Do you guys want to talk and play video games?" Like, that's the last thing I want.
Did you grow up with any of that? Like it's your.
I
version of
actually
the bar.
stopped when my friends started doing it.
Oh, really?
They would play SOCOM Navy SEALs, and I was just like, I don't want to do this, guys.
Oh, damn.
Well, they probably took it too seriously, right? Like, I don't ever want to be the guy being like, I'm on your
Over
left,
here, yeah. No.
Release to this and get upgrade to that. Like, I just want to, play fucking like Street Fighter when I beat you. Be like, you suck.
Yeah, that's it. That's as deep as we go. Yeah.
I've tried video games. They're just too hard. It's just almost like we were saying earlier with like your inability to get a ground ball or stick handle. Like, I will occasionally go back and try, and I can't. I don't have the ability. I think it's just it's like everything I'm bad at. It's gay.
If I don't do it, it's gay. Dude, that's a great argument. It's hard to fuck with that argument, dude.
It's called a what do you call it?
Defense mechanism.
Yeah.
I suck at it.
Gay.
Immediately gay. He's doing all that gay
And there's
stuff.
no, Like millions and millions and millions of people play Spider-Man 2. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's gay. I'd be like, fuck. You win. You win. There's no argument.
God
there.
damn
Spider-Man is inherently a little bit gay. That's for certain.
No, there are moments where I'm like, yeah, this is gay as shit. This is gay as shit. It's for kids. But
But
I'm
most
like,
of the things I like are actually gay.
My man's at Broadway every other night.
No way, you're a Broadway guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can. No way.
All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.